It's happening. We actually get to play D&D. I mean, I wasn't scared. It's not like there was panic or anything. No, not at all. That would be amazing, except who would slap him? Here we are. Scales of Destiny, episode 24. We get to play D&D. Sorry about last week. That was a bit of a mess, wasn't it? This week should be better. We will make up for it. Promise. And, I mean, let's just bring the losers in, shall we? Let's bring in the losers.
There, we're just gonna be
Yeah.
like, oh, it takes a while for them to come back. That's weird.
I
Whatever.
was planning on, if you're able to hold them off, running back.
Yeah, comment.
Now
Let's
who's
vote
running
down.
away? Eh?
No, I'm going to do something risky. I want to use my fire feet, which I'm worried that will set the fire or something. We'll see how that goes.
Can you get into the road, then 5 feet straight down? You won't burn any trees, I guess.
That's
I
too
mean-
smart for me.
At least I'm not the only one who burned down.
We know you're listening, by the way.
Uh-huh.
No,
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that you were listening.
This is the first time I've caught you in like proper conversation, so I'm quite impressed.
Thank you.
So hey losers.
Oh, nice.
Yep, we're playing D&D. I have decided in my benevolent and infinite wisdom that Yathina gets to do the recap, because she was bragging about having loads of notes that she writes out really neatly, so
Nah.
there you go, Yathina.
Yeah, that's fine. For this episode, I didn't have that many notes though, because we determined we didn't do that much. The scenes were all really long, but we didn't. There was a lot of talking and yelling and deciding and me being stupid. But yeah, the session started out with me waking up in the streets, very abandoned streets, but it was sort of a, you said affluent area, but there was no one around. But I did hear a voice, and I felt like there was someone around. I wasn't alone. There was a chill in the air, and yeah, something was following me, or something was stalking me. And I heard a voice in my brain that said, I'm having so much fun. And then it told me to run, and I did. I just ran and got out of there. I met back up with the rest of something outside the hotel. And yeah, they $1,000 per person. Do I remember that correctly? Yeah. So we have a 16,000 gold bounty on our heads. When we leave the hotel, I think we did talk to the elves briefly. I don't remember the conversation though. We go to the magic shop because Vic has to discuss what's happening with his armor. And we find out that if he still has the armor when the lease is up, so to speak, the person will be able to find us. Then we decide to go to the Undying Shroud. We talk to... what was her name? Whatever her name was, I forgot. What? Who?
Priscilla?
Oh, yeah. Was it Priscilla? Yeah, I think so. We talked to Priscilla, and she knows that I was stalked by a vampire or something. Obviously they aren't very happy with me having told about Eleanor. She knows that I'm being stalked about a vampire. We ask her for help out of the city. She suggests that we, either take a caravan. We could have gone through the sewers as well, but it wouldn't have been a great route. And essentially, we got 2 horses and a cart, I believe. Did we borrow them? Did we buy them? I don't remember. And we made our way out of the city. We do realize that we're being followed and decide to have a rest on the side of the road while Aqua and Vic are going to explore the forest and see if they can see anyone who's following us. Vic gets shot, and that's where we ended this.
Okay.
I'm done. Yeah.
Okay. It sounds fairly comprehensive. It was the last session previously that you changed your name, right?
What?
The time before, yes.
So it wasn't last session, it was the session before.
No, it was last session that we decided on the name.
Yes, okay. Cool. I'm getting confused because time is a soup. Alright. So if I do that so that we're not paused anymore, that'll help. So we start up with Aqua and Vic under threat and ambushed in the middle of a forest. I'll turn the music down a little bit because it seems a bit loud. You make perception checks, both of you.
I think last week we knew they were to the north of us, I think, but
You weren't aware of where they were. You just knew you were being shot at.
Just still not aware.
okay.
Both rolling really shit. That sounds like a big range.
That's why they never appeared on the map.
That's why they never appeared. You can't see them. It makes perfect sense now. Alright. So, Vic, it's your turn, but you don't know where anybody is currently.
Okay.
Indeed.
I don't know where anyone is. Are we... Okay. Aqua, I think we should probably... Unless you know where they are, I think we should probably get to the road so we can signal...
Yes, this is the road, by the way.
Yeah.
The nice orange box.
I can move forward. It's actually quite a big map, isn't it, really? Normally it's a bit... Yeah. If I was to be the right on that, would that be like I could put my head around and just shout down the road to them potentially? We'll find out. So that's my movement. I know I could dash maybe, but let's not. But I took my head around and I was going to shout down that we're under attack and put my arm out, wave a little bit like, hey.
Put your arm out 180 feet.
Well, like down the road. So you guys, I think you guys were on the road, were you not?
No,
Camping
we
on the
weren't.
side.
You were camping, so they're setting up camp and busy with other things, so you don't know if they're there or not.
Okay. So I look down. Okay, I'll look down there and I will not see them, I guess. And then look the other way and not see anything, and I'll just be like, I'll just shout, "We're under attack!" And
okay.
I guess I'll ready a dodge then.
Yeah.
Dodge action.
Sounds good. Next up.
That's not ominous.
Oh, you're already targeted. Nice. You are targeted, right? Yeah. There you go. Aqua. From the
nice.
tree in front of you, you hear the unmistakable creak and groan of a crossbow being loaded and fired in front of you, and then shot straight at you, and you just about manage to slide out of the way as your eyes train on where the crossbow bolt came from. You see this sort of small-ish for a human, but still, human, sort of curled up in a tree, and like a crossbow aimed at your face. It is now your turn.
Nice.
For some reason, we can't see you.
Really?
Yeah, you can't. I can't see you as observer.
I'd like to think that me and Nal are just like setting up a picnic. It's like, oh, it's a lovely spot for a
Oh
picnic.
yeah, Nell is
Right.
juggling
Right, guys,
little fireballs in her hand.
As I got hit and shot at now, because I've already got magic armor on, Tides of Chaos is going to go off.
Okay.
I'm going to activate that, and I'm going to... Best bet, I'm going to try and follow Vic.
Okay.
So, I can only move to there.
They not have heard me shout, the others, or...
Not as far as you're aware.
Well, I heard you try and attempt to communicate to them, so as that, I'm gonna... Wait, no, I don't want that spell. I want... Where's my spells?
Oh dear.
Oh
Something
no.
going on.
You know when I said reacquaint yourself with your characters?
You weren't joking.
I'm gonna thunderclap.
Of course.
Can this just be anywhere from me? It says it's 5 feet range, so I assume it's like 5 feet away from me.
Thunderclap.
Yeah,
Bring your character sheet back up. I'll have a read.
I seem just there.
Dum, 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 dum.
It says range 5 feet.
Yeah, basically you just create thunder, and it just can be heard up to 100 feet away.
Yeah. So I do that 5 feet as far away as I could do it from me. 5 feet box, so there. Hoping that the rest of the party have now heard a massive thunderclash.
I don't know where you are, so I can't measure.
Okay. So they need to make a con save. Who needs to make everyone within 100 feet? So Vic needs to make one too.
Con save.
Okay, so Constitution.
I thought that was whether they were in the spell, or do they just take the damage if they're in it?
Well, I just hear it.
Yeah, Skull doesn't.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, so everyone who can hear it has to make one.
I don't know where it's
okay.
coming from, so I couldn't say.
Sorry, this is slightly difficult on my laptop.
Con save's 13.
And 3. I'm pretty sure they're all failing. I can't tell.
No, one made it. He got 14.
Oh, one made it. Nice. Never mind. So, what damage do they take?
1d6 thunder damage.
Yeah.
Do I put in?
Just press the button
Sorry.
that came with the thunderclap thing. You have a damage button.
Oh yeah, I forget that was there.
Come on, Josh. It's only been 2 weeks, dude.
I know. 4. Wait, why did it shoot? Okay.
So you take everyone takes 4
Everyone that failed takes 4.
damage. Okay.
Me as well, I guess. But I thought it's only ones in the 3x3 that take the damage.
That's
So-
what I thought.
It just says it can be heard 100 feet away, but everyone within the range of the spell, I think.
This is one of them spells that has changed like multiple times every time I've used it so far.
It literally hasn't changed. It's the same.
I know. I mean, how we've used it though. Because last time I used it
No,
on myself, didn't I?
every creature within range, so everyone within the 100 feet,
Why have they got a 3x3 box then?
because that's where you create the thunderclap.
So it's 100 meters from there,
Okay.
maybe.
Hey, I'm happy to play it like that.
Please hold. Oh no, that's the wrong button.
Yeah, do I kill any trees?
No, just thank you, Jesus. Is that your turn?
That, I believe, is... For now, yes. That is my turn.
Okay.
Do you want me to end it?
Yes. Right. I somehow managed to kill the bandit like 3 or 4 times. It's really impressive. And it still says he's dead, but he's not.
Guys, I did the She-Hulk meme. I clapped really hard multiple times.
Oh dear.
I don't understand that reference.
Have you not seen it yet?
I don't want to understand that reference.
Right, so you hear rustling in the trees, and then you hear a bit more rustling, and the person from the tree jumps down and charges at you, Aqua, and gets in your space.
No.
And then you see another one run and appear underneath a tree here.
And they're all invisible to me. This is amazing.
Oh, that's the wrong button. Yeah, I'm
There,
making
there.
I'm making them visible. It's just a
Oh, okay.
slow process, okay? There we go. This guy then moves back, continues to move towards you. And he's going to attack you with his scimitar. This is usually much smoother, but because I'm doing it on my laptop, it's quite slow. My god. Okay, that's the really good use of a turn. That turns over.
Looks like they are rusty as well.
It's going so well. Vic,
So, Aqua, there's no way they didn't hear that. Why can't I move my character?
because it's not your turn yet.
Oh.
A crossbow bolt comes at you from somewhere in the trees. You can't quite make out where, but it misses you completely as it kind of ricochets off a few trees in the distance, like on the way, and gets caught in some branches. Now it's your turn.
I heard the noise. I didn't realize it's the next up move rather than it's your turn move. I didn't realise. Alright. It's alright, Aqua. There's no way they didn't hear your thunderclap.
Yay.
I guess they didn't hear it. But I'm going to swing at this one.
Yep, that hits.
And actually, more like I'm gonna go for like as I'm running in, just like a charge and a stab.
Okay. You stab him, and he just you just impale straight through him, and like he dies, sort of gasping for breath on the edge on the blade of your sword.
Good. I'll just kind of fling him off my sword. And where did the last shot come at me from, roughly?
It's difficult to tell, but it was sort of back in the opposite direction from where you came.
So like northeast on the map, kind of thing. Like,
Up this direction.
okay.
if observing.
Well, I've only got 5 beta left anyway, so it doesn't really make much difference. I'll do this, and then I will... let's go big. And I'll grow.
Okay.
Ugh.
Getting thick.
Yeah. I will grow myself a little bit.
Dum, 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 dum.
Preparation.
Okay. You are considered to be grown. You still have your extra attack, and there is a guy next to you.
He's invisible still.
Oh, is he?
If you want... yeah.
This guy. Can you not see him?
Nope.
No.
Otherwise I would have murdered him. Well,
Oh yeah, there is a guy there. Sorry, you just didn't.
Oh,
go.
okay.
You just didn't go visible. That's my fault.
Boom. Well, as I turn around, trying to think where else, I'm going to nonchalantly just like swing at this one.
Go for it.
Hopefully.
That hits. Roll your
normal,
damage.
I get a D6 as well from my thickening.
Oh.
You do. And this guy, you just cleave almost in half. Like, they're not really wearing armor. They're mostly just wearing kind of leather cloak, like a sort of a very thin leather surcoat, I guess. And it doesn't do much to protect either of them. You just stab one, grow, and just as you're still growing, you just cleave one in half with your sword. And spray blood all over Aqua in the process. It's an impressive performance, honestly.
And I'm just put my hand like over my head, like I'm looking for something far away. You know, whereas like you do, like you look sightseeing, like trying to like find the last one or the next one, at least.
If you
That's
don't
me.
just like throw your sword at him and kill him, then it's going to be a disappointment.
Try. I've got my bow, haven't I? Anyway, that's me.
Throw the bow at you.
Okay. That guy's dead. Aqua.
I look at Vic and go, if it weren't for the fact of what we've done already, I'd be horrified how easy you took both of them out. But nice work.
It's all the sword.
Cheers. And then I'd be like, where did that last arrow come from? Because I heard a ting. Assuming it was in this direction.
It would have been difficult for you to tell because you were surrounded by two people.
Yeah.
So it's difficult, like, to gauge where it was coming from because it was mainly aimed at Vic. So you're unsure, but it came from like in this general area.
I'm gonna go here and let's go for a kind of just Hail Mary.
Okay, where are you aiming it?
There.
Okay.
That's such an awkward placement, but okay.
You send out your fairly reliable so far, sort of like cone of ice, and you don't hear it land with anybody or land on anybody. But if they're invisible, then who knows?
Yeah.
Also, roll another D20 for me. Wait, is it a D20 or do I get you to just roll?
Well,
for your-
technically, you get me just to roll a thing whenever you want.
Yeah, because of your. That's what I'm thinking. It's been a week.
Okay. Do you want me to roll 100?
Yeah, for your Tides of Chaos. I think 64.
I feel like we've had that one.
It was a good number. Good vibes.
It's not 7. I'm not exploding today.
If it's not 7, it's boring.
You have had this one before.
Oh no.
Not a plant again, are you?
Oh no.
No, not a plant. Not a plant.
Oh, the hair?
The sheep.
No, none of those.
Oh no, is it the thingies? The things that we fought with the other bandits? Is it always the bandits?
Not the box thing.
Yeah.
What, Tim the Box, is he back?
Oh no.
Aqua,
Yes.
Ignore that roll. You are engulfed in fog.
Oh,
Okay.
In the goblin cave.
No,
No,
I'm
everyone is
invisible in that.
invisible there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is the one that happened when you were on the bridge in the Feywild.
Oh yeah.
That was
Yeah. On the tree.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
No, wasn't that the darkness though from now?
No, we had
I-
both. We had both.
Did
First you had fog, and then I cast darkness.
Ah. How
Um,
fun.
Is that your turn?
That is my turn. I'll end there you go.
Amazing. What? No, don't do that. Go back.
so if we couldn't see you before, we definitely can't see you now.
Can't see you now. Okay, this guy. He doesn't really have anything ranged, but yeah, it's quite far. Okay, Vic, make a perception check for me.
Up. A combat tracker down. Perception. I'm so good at-
Perception, please.
Oh.
So 21. You notice it's you're kind of distracted by the fog that's just like engulfed in front of your face, but you do catch like in the corner of your eye movement directly to your right near this closest tree.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, as you're sort of perceiving that, you perceive more movement like almost directly in front of you coming into sight just outside the ice of Aqua's last ice blast. And then this sort of thin, ragged-looking man with kind of like scraggly hair, his hood's half pulled down from kind of running through the trees. He's breathing heavily. He looks like even holding this really light crossbow is an effort. He's going to take another shot at you. And continue to miss because I can't hit to save my life.
You have to hit 20 though. That's
Yeah, true. And you can see like even though he's fairly close to you and is aiming really openly, he still misses, and you can just see like a look of and then fear. And now it's your turn. So
I feel bad about defending ourselves against these guys. Well, they hurt Aqua. They did hurt Aqua, didn't they? There's noise over the right-hand side here, yeah?
yeah, and literally in and around this tree. You didn't see anything, but you kind of like gathered there's something in and around there.
But I guess the fact that I only got shot at by this one, I wouldn't as big a concern at the moment. So I will move up to this one here.
Mm-hmm.
Just walking past the fog cloud, assuming everything's okay in there. But I didn't hear a scream or anything, so I'm sure it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
And then I don't know. Sorry. Yeah. I'm gonna put my hand on this one's shoulder as he's like rebolting his crossbow, and just try to just slide it through his chest.
That's fair.
Jeez.
Yeah, easy. Like these guys aren't hard to hit or kill, as it turns out. The blade just slides easily through, and like there's a wheeze as you kind of puncture the lung, and you hear the air expel from his mouth and also from like around your sword in the wound, and like his body kind of deflates slightly, and then as you pull your sword out, he just flops to the ground lifeless.
Nice. And I'm gonna turn around
As you walk past that tree, you now see a much bigger looking, not human. Make a history check for me.
History check.
You fought something like this in the past. The ones you fought were hairier and slightly different color. This one looks like it's maybe old or just a different breed of them. But this looks like some kind of bugbear. It's
Okay.
tall, it's thick, it's built big, like it's wearing breastplate armor. He's holding in his hand this great sword, and he's kind of got it hidden, or he's like holding it to try and stay stealthed. And he's got these ears that point quite tall and curl back slightly. Where you would usually expect like a great mane of hair, almost like a mullet type hairdo. This one is completely bald, and it's a very unusual sight because bugbears are known for being somewhat hairy. But
Okay. I've got a little bit of movement left, and I think worried that this bigger one might end up, going for Aqua. I'll just move, just kind of like get in between, or just make myself look a bit bigger.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Okay, Aqua.
Do I need to roll to know which direction I'm going to walk out this fog, or can I figure that out?
You kind of know which way to go, but there's an element of risk.
You might have heard the dying screams of the last one.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of follow that path of my gut, my ice as well, until I'm out.
Okay.
I see
And then you see Vic.
Vic. I see the dead guy.
And then you see the kind of.
That he's done that.
Then you see a creature that you don't recognize stood by the tree. That now kind of aware that Vic's aware of him. He seems to be ready to strike, but he's got a bit of a hunch to him.
Okay. How round the tree is he for me, or can I?
You can see him.
Oh,
Like from
nice.
this angle, you're looking at him.
I shall just ray of frost him then.
Feel free to Ray of Frost him.
I will use my Tides of Chaos advantage finally.
Go for it. Also ignore the fact that it says he's dead. There were some shenanigans.
Oh, I didn't target him.
12 misses, unfortunately.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I think you still have some movement, and you do have your bonus action.
Yeah, my bonus action ain't really that much though. I'm just gonna take another step up, so more behind Vic, and put like my thumbs up and goes, "You got this, buddy."
You can do it. I believe in you.
I just completely mucked up.
Okay. The creature, the thing you know is a bugbear, Vic, is going to charge at you, and is going to come around you, but stay in your circle of combat, and actually go for Aqua. And he's going to target Aqua with his greatsword. As he's running, you can see him preparing to swing, and you manage, Vic. You react just in time to kind of get your sword down and hit his shin with the flat edge, and he trips and stumbles. He manages to just about stay on his feet, but as he's swinging for Aqua, he stumbles past, and ends up actually moving further than he planned, so you get an attack of opportunity.
Oh, okay. I would not refuse.
I would not refuse.
I did target him.
It's alright, 14 misses.
Okay.
Sadly. He, his unpredictable body movement as he stumbles just about makes it impossible to hit him. But he's used his turn. Well, he used that turn. He's now going to use his second attack on Aqua.
Right.
So you take 10 points of slashing damage, Aqua, as he composes himself and slices upwards, and now that he's behind you, he's kind of slices against your back. That, I believe, is his turn. Yes. Vic.
I'm doing something similar to what he did to me. I'm just going to run up and slide around, and I want to take advantage of a flanking maneuver, if possible.
Yes.
He considers Aqua a threat, which I'm sure he would.
Hang on, I'm just going to move you to the side second. No, you're fine. You did move through the ice, so that did take an extra 5 feet of movement because it's a difficult terrain.
Ah, okay.
I just remembered, but it's not really going to affect you. But
Yeah, no, I got you. Understandable. So yeah, I'm gonna have my first attack at his back.
He is
That's
gonna.
advantage, isn't it? Sorry.
Yeah, go for it. He's gonna parry. So he manages to get his sword around to block your attack just in time, and he kind of he's got this sick grin. You can see his teeth are pointed, and he's got not quite fangs, but like bigger teeth that could almost pass as fangs, and his breath is vile and rancid as he's just sort of chuckling to himself.
Okay, I'm a bit perturbed by the fact he parried my quite clean strike. I'm going to swing again, the second attack.
Oh no, 2 1s.
Double ones.
Shit.
Two ones. That's embarrassing. That's really thrown you, hasn't it? You got parried, and he as he was holding your sword, your crystal longsword, with his parry. You try to move away, and he follows up, and so he charges forward at you, and which completely throws you off balance. And as you try and sort of riposte, essentially, he's kind of shouldering into you and completely knocking you off balance. And your attack is ineffective.
Well, I'm going to have to action surge after that embarrassment, aren't I?
I mean, you'd be a fool not to.
So an action surge and double attack again.
Okay.
And hopefully not double one again, but who knows?
Yeah, that hits. You're fine.
Cool. So I'm going to do two things here. First of all, I'll do my regular damage for the hit.
Mm-hmm. Plus your d6.
I'll do my big boy damage as well.
24.
Plus I'll invoke my fire rune.
Ooh, spicy.
5, and it's a save, strength save.
Strength save.
I think it is. Bear with me.
Strength saving throw. Yeah, there we go. Pops up for me.
Yeah.
He succeeds.
Okay, 15. Yeah.
He just meets your save. What does the fire rune do?
So it engulfs him in fiery chains. The fiery chains can I don't think they kind of wrap out from the sword itself, to shoot out either side of the sword, try to wrap him around and connect him to the floor to lock him in place. But he takes the damage still, but he's just not restrained.
Nice.
And he doesn't have to roll again in the future. So.
Okay. As you've managed to action surge, you counter push him away, and he's sort of slightly off balance, and you strike across his chest, and then your sword just glows red, and the fiery chains try and wrap around him, and they almost get him completely wrapped up, but he manages to break free. I believe you still have an extra attack.
Yeah, I was about to swing back again. Feel a bit more confident now that I've hit him a few good times now, and I think there's a slight delay. There we go.
27 does hit.
Nice. This is just regular. I can't add anything else to this.
Okay. Still chunky damage.
Mm-hmm.
You managed to find a weak spot in his breastplate, and you catch him just underneath the shoulder, and you manage to bite into some of the muscle, and he does let out a roaring cry.
He's down.
He's not down.
One.
He's still up.
Oh, sorry, the skull there threw
Yeah, I
me
know.
for a sec.
I can't get rid of it, and it's driving me insane. I don't understand why it's like that.
It's okay. It's okay. I was like, oh, it's all right. Cool. And then I'm just gonna guard myself.
Okay.
For flavour.
For flavour. Aqua.
At this point, I need some popcorn. That was an epic fight. Back and forth right there. I am gonna, because he's in 5 feet from me anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna lightning lure him.
All right.
I haven't targeted. Why didn't that activate? Oh.
So what does lightning lure do?
I couldn't pull him, a creature within 15 feet towards me. They must make a strength saving pull to get pulled up to 10 feet, but I guess he's in range, so that doesn't matter. And when they're within 5 feet of me, they take 1d8 lightning damage.
Okay. Roll your 1d8, so click the damage button. I'll roll the saving throw, even though he succeeded, so it's okay. So he takes 12 points of damage, I believe.
Yeah, I got this whip, wrapped it around him. Even though I didn't need to pull him and I watched him break out of it, I'm just smiling because I know the lightning's about to hit.
You release your spell, and even though he's right next to you, and you manage to magically or deftly target your spell so that it doesn't hit Vic at the same time, and this like magical lightning just appears in front of you, Vic, and wraps around the creature's neck and sort of jolts him backwards towards Aqua, but he manages to hold on, and then his body just convulses with from the electric shock that hits him.
Nice, and that is my turn.
Okay. It didn't give him the damage. I don't know why.
Damn, he's still standing.
He is, he's chunky. No, that was the wrong amount. God damn it.
You killed him again.
Jinxed him.
Okay. He's kind of breathing heavily, and you can see he's sort of having a bit of a struggle, and under his breath he's sort of like, more of a fight than I was expecting. And he's gonna turn to you, Vic, and face you up and go for an attack against you.
Mm-hmm.
Bloody hell. Misses.
Jeez.
And then as he swings his sword down with both hands, you manage to parry it away, and he's going to follow up immediately with a lightning fast attack, lightning fast strikes, and you just easily block him. He's obviously taken so much damage that he's just weakened to the point of not being able to get past your attack, but get past your defenses. Your superior martial prowess is just dominating right now.
This armor is very deceiving, isn't it? I'm going to go for 2 lightning attacks. Left, right, slash. Oh, I've got advantage, do I guess, haven't I?
He's going to parry the first one.
Okay. Makes sense. And then the second one.
Second one hits. 15, eh? 15, eh? It's 20 even.
That's 5.
Blimey.
I think he blocks my right to left slash. He parries away, but then I come back a bit lower, aim for the top of the thigh.
You slice through. He has no real armor protecting his legs. He's just wearing normal cloth breeches, I guess, and your slice catches him right above the knee, right above the knee joint. So he sort of almost stumbles to the ground as your steel bites into him. Well, crystal, not even steel, and he's looking very rough.
Okay. Oh, sorry, I haven't ended it. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Back to you, Akka.
Now, would I get advantage on a normal sword attack because he's facing Vic?
Mm-hmm.
I will pull out the Reaper of the Sea then, and I'm gonna go and try and stab him in the back.
Okay. Make sure to do it. Make sure. There we go. Cool. You miss.
Right.
I love the confidence. I'm going to stab him in the back. I missed. Great.
I imagine he just ducks as he takes him. Like,
Basically,
shit.
your strike is almost perfectly timed with Vic slashing across the top of his knee. So as you go to stab him, he sort of falls down slightly, and it does like your attack bounces off what little armor at the back he has, and is ineffective. Sort of bounces off to the side.
I see this. I look up at Vic and go like, "You've got this, buddy."
You can do it.
End my turn.
Okay. I need to read something. Hang on, quickly. Nope, can't do that. Okay, he's gonna continue just slashing at you, Vic. If he's gonna go down, he's gonna go down with honor, fighting against a worthy foe. Wow. Okay. And then, so the first one, the first slash actually gets like he's too quick for you. He sort of manages to muster up enough energy to get in a good slash, but it just scrapes across your armor and cuts some of the rags that are wrapped around you, but it doesn't break through and break skin. And sort of you feel it, but it's not that bad. And then the next one is another. The first attack wins you slightly and kind of like stuns you slightly, and then he comes back with another almost across the almost exact same spot, but the armor's just too strong. It just holds too well, and you can see him like the energy of those two quick strikes. They're getting to him. He's almost down to one knee, like panting heavily. Oh, I just wanted the money.
I'm going to... I'd like to talk, I think. I'm going to put my sword to his throat, seeing how, like, almost destroyed he is. And we're like, the money from who sent you? And I'm obviously quite big. I'm going to be, like, intimidating as I can be.
Make an intimidation check.
Did I get advantage on intimidation? I can't remember if I did, if I was on a big boy.
Have a look.
I think you did.
I mean, it would make sense.
Sounds familiar.
I'd be fine with that.
I get advantage on strength checks, check save and throws. I mean, if you... It's up to you, but
Yeah, go for it.
Just...
You've beaten the living crap out of him, so... It would make sense that you would have some form of... There you go.
Thanks.
Your voice, when you're thicked, has like a natural reverb, and it almost sort of sends him cowering slightly as you ask the question, and he takes a moment. Wildenwell, Bounty, we followed you as you left the city. We were hoping to divide and conquer. We underestimated you.
That you did. I tell you what, I'll let you live if you go back and tell everyone it's not worth coming after.
Make a persuasion check with advantage. It's not a difficult DC, but, you know.
I've rolled 2 1s already today, don't worry about that.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. What would you like me to say?
The truth that you were like 4 or 5 of you, have many, I don't know, I killed a couple, against what was 2 of us. The other 2 are having dinner Like they're stronger than me, so you know, there's no point. This might be a lot of money.
Too humble, Vic. Pretty much you did all this. I was here as support.
And then I'm just like, just go away. Just tell them it's obviously not worth the money. It's good money, but it's not worth dying for because you know, look how strong you are, and you couldn't even get a hit on us. Not real hit.
Okay. Promise you'll let me go.
I will let you go. I'm a soldier myself. Well, I don't know if your class is really a soldier, but I'm not down to lying. Run along.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll sheathe my sword.
Oh god. Doom. Yeah. XP.
Oh, we get XP.
Boo.
Every noise now. Oh, what's that? We need to climb.
Yeah, a little bit. You basically, as soon as you like, he takes a second, and like eyes you up, and then decides that you're telling the truth. And instead of following the road, he slinks back into the trees and disappears. Like, despite being beaten up, he's still fairly stealthy. Like, once he disappears into the trees, and the two of you are left alone.
Well, that didn't take long for someone to try to actually come after us with that bounty. We barely left the bloody town.
Well, it's a lot of money, and I would go after us if I saw that bounty.
Yes. I just hope that maybe he might
Right.
dissuade people from bothering now.
No, if I feel he's gonna just come back with a bigger army. Or a bigger
Maybe.
group.
Then I guess that maybe all four of us might have to fight next time, you know?
Yeah,
Oh.
at least now we're prepared and we know what could happen in the future.
Let's see what these clowns had, shall we?
So,
I'd like to help. Yeah, we'll loot the
Well, you're
bodies.
talking about us then for a second.
Okay.
to be honest, I was thinking the same. I was like, wow, they're literally
aggressive.
right there. I know they've been quiet, but they're still here.
Talking about the dead bandits.
They're fairly lightly armored and weaponed. Like, basically, they're not really wearing anything armor. They're not wearing any armor, really. It's just like light leather, which is why it was so easy for you to deal with them. All three of them that you killed were equipped with basic scimitars and light crossbows. Not worth much, but it's worth money. And at the moment, you are looking for ways of making money to pay for your armor. So
True.
a little bit of,
Grave robbing.
yeah.
So I'll grab, or between us, hopefully, like we'll grab 3 times scimitar, 3 times crossbow. Yeah.
So if you come
Yeah.
down, to the one Aqua's next to, this one, it should be lootable. Should be.
I've got a token. I can double click on the token and get all his stats.
This one.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Don't take his stats.
Top one though, yeah.
yeah.
Awesome.
I can't. I guess I can click in this. So I can click on
Apparently,
this.
I can use his stuff to attack.
Yeah.
I'll just
think it'll
add
be
like 3 scimitars and 3 crossbows to it. You
Is
should.
it like Skyrim, before you get a house, you just kind of hoard all the items and sell it.
That's basically what D&D characters often do.
I can add new weapons to it, but I can't take anything.
You
I was
should-
gonna carry him in my arms down to Scold anyway for the bag of holding.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just put them in Scold's inventory if that's what's going to happen.
Cool.
Right, well, and no coin or anything, I'm guessing, nothing significant.
Roll a d10 for me. No, roll a d12 and a d4. You're going to be so confused in 3 weeks, Gold, when you've got 3 light crossbows and scimitars in your inventory. I can't remember why.
Yeah.
You find,
We'll sell them. Mm-hmm.
in total, combined wealth of about 9 silver.
Oh.
There you go, Vic. Since you did all the work, I'll let you have that nice.
Thank you. Almost anything will do at the moment. Cool. Alright.
Yeah, I'm happy to keep an eye out as we walk back, just in case we get ambushed yet again.
Okay. Meanwhile, Skolden, no. What have you two been doing?
Nala's sitting by the fire. She's eating a ration and is looking at Skold. And you know, horses sleep when they're standing up, right? And they have some sort of thing in their legs that makes them not move and not fall over when they're sleeping in the middle of the night. Isn't that weird? I wish I could sleep standing up.
Yes, quite. I suppose it would be advantageous in the opportunity of an ambush.
But they do lay down. Some people say they never lay down, but they do lay down.
Have you seen it?
I'm sure I have.
Can't say I have myself.
I mean, I grew up on a farm, so we had horses, or we have horses even. I'm sure there's some that have laid down.
You'd think it would get tiring after a while. Speaking of which, where's the others gone? I thought they were only going to check around. They seem to have gone for a while.
It's only been like 7 minutes.
Okay. Well, I haven't heard anything, so can't be too bad.
Yeah.
At this point, you do hear rustling in the trees away, on the way back from you.
This must be them now. And Q. Hopefully.
Nice food is ready if you want some.
You see me carrying both arms full of like 3 crossbows and swords.
Are you still thick?
No, I wouldn't
Okay.
be.
I look over to you. Where did you get those from?
Aqua.
They were a gift from bandits.
Well,
Yeah, we saw some. We tried to get your attention. Why didn't you come and help?
We didn't
Did I
hear
hear?
anything.
I clapped. Surely you should have heard some thunder.
what? No.
Yeah, big thunder noise thing that he did. It was bloody loud. It hurt me even.
Yeah, and them bandits really split us up, didn't they? You're right about that.
We must have got absorbed by the trees. But yeah, we didn't hear anything.
What? I get up and immediately I help Vic just sort through the weapons and put them on the floor. What? Were those the people that followed us?
I guess so. Yeah, I think
He did say he was
seemed
following
to.
us.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, there's the last one who was, was quite tough, but like, we almost had him dead. But I decided just to ask him some questions instead, and then see if he'd like
We
go
did
back
the
and
diplomatic approach.
yeah, because I figured like I could kill him, and then people were like, oh, maybe they went for the bounty and didn't come back, maybe just didn't bother. So I'd rather people know that we're very, very dangerous and hard to kill. So we kind of sent them back to deter more people coming for the bounty.
I feel
How
like
many
they're
were?
just... Yeah, and I feel like they're just gonna send more.
Maybe, or maybe more, it might put some off. You never know.
I mean, the way he seemed like he worked, he wanted us apart from each other, so he knows that 2 of us apart ain't gonna win. So,
So we gotta
if you
stay
hear any
together.
noise, yeah, stick in twos. Don't go investigating on your own.
Hmm.
Well, in one hand, it's troubling, but we kind of knew this was going to happen. In the other hand, well, they weren't much of a challenge. No offense to you guys, but if only two of you managed to, hold them off with minor damage, we'll say. Aqua's looking a little worse for wear, but Vic, you look pretty much good as new.
It's bloody armor. I'll just slap my hand against it.
Speaking of which, Aqua, do you want to be healed, or are you okay as you are?
I could be looked at. Yeah, for sure. I got a cut or two.
Do you think it's a good idea to stay here overnight?
Well, we were only fake. I think we're only fake resting to go and check it out, weren't we? I think.
I know, but still. What time of day is it?
I don't remember, so it's the middle of the day.
It's the middle of the day, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we woke up. We got to the cart and stuff,
Nice.
and
Did
then
a lot.
yeah, probably makes sense. Let's just get together quickly. If they're the only ones following us at the moment, then no one else is following us. Did I hear a door close in game?
I'm
Okay,
on a
crazy.
different map setting things up while you're talking,
I
and I shut a
was
door.
like, where is it?
Spoiler alert.
I was like, yo, how did you hear that? You're not even in the same city. And I thought, you know what? I may as well come clean. I'm not looking at you guys.
I think we just get the horse's cart and go, and then maybe like everyone loses trace of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we left evidence that we were here, so they're gonna see that probably.
Better knowing that we're like if they are going to send more people, then at least they don't know where to find us. So.
Yes. Good idea.
Right.
Aqua, did you know that horses are sleeping when they're standing up?
Wait, what?
Yeah, they don't lie down to sleep, and they don't fall over when they fall asleep.
Nah, everyone has to lay down to sleep.
Nope. Owls don't.
I look over at the horses and look back at Nell. I'm like, are you sure?
I am positive. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, just shove or help Skull put the stuff in the bag of holding. So hopefully we can
Yes,
sell and get some money for these.
Yeah. they
Thank
don't
you,
look
Scold,
quite-
anyway, for the heal as well.
No problem. It's all I can do for the moment, but hopefully we shouldn't have any more trouble.
That was a lot of doors.
It was the same door. I was testing the hinges. Okay, what's the plan?
We keep
We
going.
jump on.
You keep going!
Yeah.
Marvellous.
We've got hours left of the day, yet we can get far away. Where are we going to again?
Oldberg.
Oldberg, wasn't it?
We were going
Yes.
to Oldberg, we were.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, you weren't actually that far away.
No.
You were literally like half a day's ride away. So,
Wait.
yeah, you weren't. You were like in the last day or so of the journey, and I remember because you were on the last day of your journey. You rested. It was like 2 days, 3 days,
Oh.
3 days, 3 days, 2 days ride. So it was 2 days. 2 days. Decisions.
We got the horses for a week. Remember, we paid for a week. 22
Yes.
gold, 5 silver.
So yeah, and also that also means that your armor shit is 4 days away. Just to make sure.
5?
Fun?
5 or 4?
4. If we are half a day away and with the travel was 3 days, it was a week. We had time.
So
Or
when
you
we
had
get
time.
there, we've got 4 days left, okay.
Maybe we should have brought the bodies with us. Do they sell?
Okay. So Scold, since you seem to be the designated driver,
Always.
I need you to roll me a animal handling check, please.
The dwarf, the designated driver.
17.
Was
You've
that
got a fairly good.
racist comment. Did I
It's not, no. Never.
Vic, you take 10 points of psychic damage from racism. But Scott, you've got a good understanding with these horses now, and it doesn't take you long to kind of get them hooked up to the cart again. And after a little bit of coaxing, they stand ready, and you all climb back on. And the road's fairly clear. There are signs at this point to Olkburg itself, and you sort of keep following them. It's not difficult. You don't need to like worry about getting lost because the road literally is leading you to it. And the horses are under control. They're happy. So it takes about 4 hours maybe. So you're getting to early evening, late afternoon. And that's when you start seeing the first sort of signs of city life. The trees start clearing out slightly. You start seeing more and more like coal burning camps and logging camps the closer and closer you get. And then you start seeing farms and farmhouses and signs of agriculture, where instead of like clearing out a whole area, basically farmers seem to just clear out sections of woodland and then plough in a field. And so you've got sort of trees, field of wheat, trees. And then there's sort of animal husbandry going on. There's sort of a pasture of cows, and then there's sort of a field of sheep and stuff like that.
While we go past the farms, now let's just keep giving you random facts about all the animals.
Make an intelligence check now.
Road. They're all fake.
You're giving some facts about animals, but only 30% of them are true. Some of the false facts everyone picks up on. Others are a bit hit and miss. No one's truly sure. You say it with such confidence and conviction, though, that everyone just humours you and is like, "Yes, now, definitely." And then about another hour later of sort of travelling through the outer areas of the city limits, you come into like a massive clearing, which is where you first see the walls of Olkburg. They are stone, and these stones are sort of 10 to 15 feet wide and another 10 feet tall, and they're all stacked upon each other, 7 or 8 blocks tall. There's 80 feet high walls. It's imposing and impressive, and periodically along this wall there are at least 150 foot tall watchtowers that each have their own design and look to them. They're all made of the same stone. The watchtowers are circular, which gives off an interesting aesthetic. They all have arrow slits and murder holes that just galore. This place is just defended to the nines. In some sections, as you approach and get closer, sort of joining the queue of peasants that are also trying to enter the city, you can see there's one section of the wall that just has an absolutely massive gouge ripped out of the wall. Skuld, make a Make a history check for me. History.
I don't know much history.
That's a damn fine wall. It's a shame about the gouge. But other than that, the wall seems fairly intact and just physically imposing. You get closer and closer, and at this point, you're basically just out in open fields. It seems that during the beginning of summer, which you're at now, they use this ground since they're not at war. There's no inherent obvious threat. They're using this grassland as to cut hay and also dry hay. So there are like teepees essentially of just hay piled up, and then there's 20-foot tall scaffolding basically that's being used to house the hay while they wait to transport it elsewhere. And the general population of people that are walking to and from the city seem happy and in good spirits. They are all talking, chatting. Some of them greet you pleasantly. Others eye Nell with suspicion, and Aqua with sort of interest. Scold, being a dwarf, fairly common. Half-elves like Vic, not unheard of. Rare enough that, it's a bit of a sight. And the guardsmen they're not really doing detailed checks on the population. They kind of drag people out at random and do like in-depth searches on random people. You get chosen because you're decked to the nines with weaponry, armor, and look like people who are kind of out for a fight. There's 3 guardsmen per person, so there's currently 12 guards searching the 4 of you, and they've still got 2 guards on the gate actively kind of keeping an eye on the people entering and leaving. Generally just interested in why you're here, what your plans are, how long you plan to stay, if you're going to stay. Similar to when you entered Wildenwell, really. It's standard practice for cities to kind of be interested in people such as yourselves entering the city. Do you put up any resistance?
No.
No. I think I'd probably mention that I'm kind of here a bit of research, and I'll name drop the person that I know in Olkburg.
Okay.
Thelrig Belbra, the dwarven rune person who I got told about. So I'm here to see them.
Make a persuasion check. Wow.
What's happening today?
Still going to see them though.
It's going so well. The guards that is specifically dealing with you, just like, nah, never heard of him. Is he special?
So I just know some stuff about runes and such that I'd like to know.
All right. Well, have fun with that. Can't help you.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome. They kind of allow you in. There's no tithe or tax, it seems, on weaponry like there was in Wildenwell. So you're allowed in freely without any issues.
Okay.
Upon entering, you are immediately hit with a city that, while you can tell is old, just is bustling and well maintained. There are the paths and roadways that you're entering onto are cobblestone, just filled with dirt. It's like obviously a very well used road. but the buildings are a mixture of stone and wood, and they all seem sufficiently clean, tidy, and well looked after. They all look stable. It's built up quite heavily, especially around the gate that you're currently entering in, which would be to the south of the city. And there's a lot of, in any sort of area that could be considered, you know, like a little bit of a courtyard, there's a few traders that have like wagons and stuff selling snacks and food to everyday general goods. There's also a few souvenirs, all of which you can kind of see generally depicting. There's like model figures of dragons that also have like varied races of soldiers that are dressed in like heavy plate armor, and they all seem to be like engaged in some kind of fight, and they have these models of like one fighter against a dragon, and they seem to be selling like hotcakes to people entering the city, especially to kids. And
They have pets.
what?
Do they have pets?
Do they have pets?
Hats.
Hats? No. Yes,
Yes.
they do. Sorry. They have. I was getting to this. They have
Okay, sorry.
all sorts of memorabilia, like flags and you know, those things that you spin and they just go. All of which seem to be like representing the Dragon Slayer Knights. They've got T-shirts that make, or well, not necessarily T-shirts, but they've got shirts that you pull over, and they're kind of minor illusioned essentially to make it look like you're wearing the armor of the Dragon Slayer Knights. The magic users amongst you can easily see that these illusions only last for like an hour or two, and then they wear off, and it's just basically just you know, like a plain top like shirt. But the kids are absolutely lapping it up. The parents are happy to pay the couple of silver for the chance to have some peace and quiet from the kids. They have these little like wooden swords that vary in size from short swords to absolute massive like two-handed great swords, and various styles and of axe as well that seem to be accompany the illusioned shirts, and the kids are all just going around pretending to be slaying dragons. It's a very bustling atmosphere, and they have hats that are
I
also
immediately run over to one of those stands looking for hats, not bothering where my crew is or thinking what I'm doing. I jump off the cart or am already off the cart because we were searched or something, and I immediately run over to look for a hat.
they have, essentially they've got two types of hat. They've got one that is it's like essentially some kind of top hat, like a bowler hat in design, made from what's the word, kind of like a felt almost, but it's also minor illusioned so that it's turns into a kettle helm that comes down and like sort of seems to protect your neck but has an open face. And then they have what more like a beanie that when you pull it on is minor illusioned to be like a full battle helm that basically leaves you with just a slit for the eyes for vision.
Oh, I want one of those top hats. I look for the person who's in charge of selling whatever they have in this stuff.
You look like someone who is very interested in what I am selling.
Oh, 100%. I want a hat. And do you have postcards?
Postcards.
Oh, yes.
You see him turn away for a moment, and he kind of grabs something from under the desk, like the sort of table setup he's got going on, because he's doing such good business that he has a cart, but also like an extra table with more merchandise on. And you see him kind of bend down and scribble something on a piece of paper and slip it back under the table. I'm afraid we don't have postcards yet, but if you'd like to return in a few days to maybe a week, we might be able to accommodate what you're looking for.
Perfect. I'll be back. Yeah, I would love one of those hats. They look great.
Which one would you like?
The one that looks a little bit like a top hat, not the one that obscures your face. I don't need that.
Are you sure? You've got a bit of a funky thing going on.
Yeah. Incident with some fire. It's no big deal.
It shows.
How much is the hat?
3 silver.
Okay, I give him 3 silver.
He takes it and he hands it over, and you can feel it is just literally like basically just a floppy felt hat. But when he puts it on, you sort of can feel the magic, and it just turns into like this magnificent shiny steel kettle helm that comes down and molds perfectly to your arms, like your neck and shoulder, around your back, and makes you look like a soldier.
While that's happening, I'm going to make my armor look like the shirts that they're selling. As my armor is magical and it could look like whatever I want it to look like, so I'm mirroring whatever the shirts look like. So I'm completely decked out in merchandise for the city.
Okay.
And sorry, I'm not done yet. Do you have any small trinkets that would fit into a book? That's why I was looking for a postcard, because they're like flat and you can just shove them into a book, but something that wouldn't obscure a book much more. Any pictures? Any drawings? Anything?
We have the these flags. We can remove the stick and you can just have the flag.
Perfect. My pen has given up. There we go.
It's 3 copper for that one.
Cool.
And he hands you over what's essentially like this like very artful looking sort of almost it's a simple landscape, and what it's got this figure on it that's holding a sword to the air, and there's like a shadow of a dragon on the in the sort of background, and you can tell it's basically just another version of the figurines. It's just another dragon slayer knight slaying a dragon. But actually, it's like the way the colors are done, you can't tell what kind of dragon it is, because most of the color and focus is on the knight in the foreground that is gleaming silver in his steel armor, and the sword that he's holding up to the air seems to be almost glowing with like a greeny blue radiance.
Oh, this looks so cool. Thank you so much. One last thing. Do you have any shiny things?
How do you mean?
Anything that's sparkly or made out of glass or crystal or silver, but not actually silver. Anything that sparkles.
No.
No.
We don't supply things like that.
Okay, can I have one more of those shirts?
Oh,
I didn't buy one yet. Can I have one of those shirts?
Yeah, that would be 5 silver.
Okay. And I'll take a shirt and give him 5 silver. Thank you so much, sir. This was really helpful. And she turns around and goes back to her group.
You are very welcome. Have a good day.
Okay. She comes back with like her arms full of stuff. With the head like resting on the top of her head, obviously making her look like she's wearing some sort of helmet. This is amazing, and we need to go back here one of these days. At least in a few days, because he will get some postcards for me.
Well, it definitely seems like you're one of his #1 customers.
I've always wanted to go to Oldberg. I've never been. I only heard some stories, but this is so cool. Finally, we're here.
Yes. It does seem to be quite a place with a lot of history, judging from what we've seen so far. And my amazing history check.
Yes, the walls were a nice touch.
As I rejoin them all, I look at Aqua and I hand him the shirt. I brought you a little present.
You bought me this? Why?
Yeah, you
You
gave
should
me
ask me to come. I could have got all of this for free.
No, I wanted to get you a present because you gave me your pirate clothes, and I just thought, I'll give you a shirt in return, and we can be matching.
Okay. I stick it over. Stick it on.
Nice. You look great.
He sounds
we definitely blend in now.
He sounds so unenthused by this. He's just like, ugh, do I have to?
It's more that we paid for it. Not that I have it.
Okay, what's the plan, Stan?
Are there any guards around?
Yeah.
Close on our route through?
Just in this sort of initial sort of opening piazza. We'll go with piazza. I know, very fancy. There's the guards still behind you at the gate, but there's also one stationed fairly regularly, and they seem to do general patrols.
Okay. The nearest one, I won't go to the ones that are behind us. It's the nearest one doing a regular patrol or standing guard somewhere. I'll just hello. Quick question. Bounty board, job board. Is there one anywhere around here one could look at?
Looking for a bounty. Fantastic. Yes.
And in which direction would that be?
Oh, yes. Silly me. Silly me. Always losing my train of thought. Sorry. If you head this way, and he points off like to the right, and then follow it round, and then a few wiggly roads later, you'll find your way to the Grand Array, and that is a fantastic place to find food and beverages, but also some bounties if you wish. There is also top quality entertainment. I find myself there regularly.
And beds.
Beds, yes. Beds.
So I'm guessing it's going to be quite getting dark now, I'm going to guess, or soon to be dark.
Well, we've got a few hours left of daylight. If you wish to explore the scenery, you are obviously very new.
Is there anywhere we can hitch our cart temporarily? Are there stables nearby?
Yes, there's stables nearby.
And those were where again?
Oh, they're the opposite direction.
Of course.
They're that way, and you have to kind of follow the wall around a few times. I'm sorry for stumbling. I'm very excited. I like new people. It's why I get stationed here very often, I do request this one. Not many people like tourists, you see, but I do like meeting new people. Sidetracked, sorry. Follow the wall, and then you kind of have to turn left a little bit, and then it's fairly obvious where they are.
Okay. What was your name? Sorry.
Oh, silly me. Of course, my name is Arturo. I'm the second son of. No, you don't need to hear my story. Sorry. Just Arturo. Yes.
Arturo. Okay. Thank you very much, Arturo.
You are welcome. What's your name?
You again. I'm Vic.
Vic, like victory. Fantastic. And who are your friends?
We are the. What's our name again? Not explorers. I'm like explorers.
We're the navigators.
The navigators. Amazing.
Guys, I can't believe you didn't remember that.
Well,
Should write it down.
I have absolutely no doubt that you're going to navigate your way around the city perfectly. Get what I mean?
Yeah. That's a very good one. We better go to the stable.
Yes. Sorry, don't let me keep you from exploring our wonderful city. I hope you have a great time.
Okay, and I'll just like walk away, turn away, whatever.
Back away slowly.
All right, guys. So the stables are down this way along the wall. We should bring it, like, drop the horse and cart off. Maybe have to pay to like house it there, but you know,
It's
it
fine.
should be quite cheap. And then there's the grand array where we can see a bounty board, get food, probably get a room as well, or rooms,
A drink.
drink as well. Yeah, there's no point. Not going to be working tonight, probably, are we? So let's rest and relax. Get some drinks, but maybe get a good look at the bounties, so we know what we can do maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, go accompanied with the local area.
Sounds good.
So you go looking for the stable,
Mhm.
and you take Arturo's advice and follow the wall. But like it's not difficult. The wall is fairly obvious, and it does sort of curve quite naturally. So it's not difficult to follow, and eventually it kind of opens out. The city quietens down a bit, and it opens into a slightly less built up urban area, into a more kind of relaxed, easygoing kind of deal. And the stables that Arturo mentioned come into view.
Oh, map.
I actually have a map for this.
Woohoo.
I know. Ahead of you, you see a fairly simple stable. Imagine in here there are horses. I haven't got the
Okay.
time, patience, or resources to put horses
I
in.
do find it funny though that for me the doors have health bars.
Yeah.
They're not health bars. They are.
Oh, okay. The door itself.
Yeah, I think so. What am I looking for? Oh, damn it. So, as you approach, it's much more quiet. This isn't the kind of place a lot of tourists would go, or like travelers. This is maybe travelers trying to sort of hitch up their horse, but it's more locals and the occasional traveler.
What's the situation with our horses? Did we borrow them for a certain amount of time, or are we?
For a week.
Yeah,
Oh,
we had them for a week.
I paid 20 gold, 5 silver for a week. That included food, so we just need, if we can leave the food here as well and just pay
For shelter and accommodation.
for them to look after them. Who likes
See if
people?
there's Anybody
I
around?
like people.
We'll see if we can get a good deal on this for us. And no, or gold.
You always get the best deals when it comes to our animals.
Yeah, agreed.
It's true.
It's true, but if we continue to do it, you guys will never learn. So
Okay,
get
we'll
better.
watch. We'll be observers.
Oh, okay. Gold after you.
All right. Well, we know how well it went last time, so why not?
Mm-hmm.
What could possibly go wrong?
I'm having a look around and for the stable owner.
You don't see anybody outside. There is a
A
horse
massive horse.
to represent horses.
Wow. 10 feet.
There are horses in there, guys. So yeah, there's no one outside in the current, what do you call it?
Yard.
Place. But there is a door to lead inside
Okay.
into the actual sort of inside the stable.
Oh.
And inside you see a half-orc, fairly simply dressed, hair proper buzzed down to almost nothing, and he's currently facing away from you, and he seems to be dealing with or tending to a horse that's in this locker here.
Well, as I enter through, I knock on the door to make my presence
God damn it!
aware.
Can't see inside. Yeah, you knock on, and he sort of looks up and sees you. Oh. Well. Hello.
Hello. We have been travelling. We have a few horses with us here, and we're wondering if we could, stable them here for a couple of, a few days until we need them again.
Well, we are very full, but I'm sure we can find space. How long roughly?
I turn to the group. How long are we looking to stay here until we need to move on again? Are we looking to stay here for the whole day? You know, the whole duration, or looking to come and go?
Well, we have to bring the horses back.
Yeah, and it depends what bounty we're getting, because we might need that to travel to the area.
Yeah, can we
So just
pay
one night for
per
now?
day? Yeah, if we how much is it per day? Because we could just, if they end up being here 3 nights, we pay you 3 days. You know, if that's okay.
It's not usually how we do it.
How do you do it?
Well, you usually pay for a certain amount of time, and then
What if we pay for a week, but then we decide, okay, we need another week?
well, then you come back after the first week and pay more.
Okay, then let's pay for a day, and we come back tomorrow to
But
pay for another day.
I apologise for prying, but I did just hear you say you might not be back tomorrow. Depending on how your bounties go.
Indeed, we're adventurers, and
Of course.
we're just, seeing what jobs are available and seeing where they take us. And so we just arrived in Olkburg, so we're not aware of what jobs are on offer. So there could be something that requires us to be away for a couple of days. If that was the case, then we would come back tomorrow and take the horses off you and come back when we're done.
Well, how about this? 4 days, 6 gold. Then if you're not back, it's a 10 gold fine for late pickup. But you can then continue for another gold a day.
What do you guys think?
There's quite a lot just to look up. We've got our own food for the horses as well.
I would hope so. It would be quite irresponsible of you to be looking after horses without food. But I will happily take that into account and remove 5 silver from a day of labour each. Therefore, we're on to 3 gold. 3 gold for 4 days. Yeah, 3 gold for 4 days.
4 gold.
4 gold for 4 days.
Let him be.
That's not how
It was
haggling
free.
works.
4 gold for 4 days. 10 gold for a fine if you're late, and then a gold per day after.
Up to you guys. Come on over, you pay it. I paid to rent the horses.
Alright, I'll pay. That sounds good to us. We'll
Excellent. Do they have names?
No, they do not. I don't believe they do anyway. We weren't told them. So, yes, feel free to allocate them however you wish.
No. No one is giving them names but us.
Okay.
And horses.
Considering it took you 23 weeks to come up with a name for your group,
23 weeks.
I feel like it might not necessarily be the best idea for you to come up with names for horses.
One
One's
of
called
them is
Burger,
named-
We
one's
have
called Yip.
anyway.
One of them is named Dog and the other one is named Quick.
No, burger and ribs. In case we get hungry and run out of food.
No!
I like horse 1 and horse 2.
No. No. Dog and Quick.
Well, interesting choices. I think we'll just leave it at that. And please return within 4 days to collect your horses. They will be
Alright, well.
here, fed and looked after.
Thank you for your custom, and we'll be on our way.
Marvelous.
Who paid for them now?
I pay for them.
Okay.
And I guess it's time to go to the Grand Array then.
Okay, I'm just updating all my gold.
Or lack
So-
thereof.
Yes.
Got like
No, we have decent money.
okay. Not I've got less than I want, but sure we all have.
Okay, so you're heading off to the Grand Array, yeah?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
back the way we came and then the directions onwards, which I remember.
I wonder if this one's part of a chain as well.
Maybe there's a small array somewhere.
Yes, the lesser array.
I see that's the cheaper alternative then.
Okay.
It was like 3 days to get here. Oh,
So
should we just
it's
wait?
like 3
Yeah,
days
so-
off of our journey back, then it doesn't give us much time, does it?
No, and I'm hoping it can just.
Actually, I think it took us 2 days.
That's why I said
Not-
5 days, not 4, because I thought it was 2
Not
days.
even joking, because I think when we talked about it, it was 4 days on foot, 3 days something else, and 2 days if we had our own horses.
Okay.
Yeah, which is why
think
you
it
got
was like,
horses,
yeah.
because it was 2 days on horse.
Yeah, it gave us 3 days to do some stuff here, and then 2 days to ride back.
Yeah, that's what we that's what we discussed last time.
So we shouldn't really pay for 4 days then, should we?
It's fine. Just in case.
Only
It
4 gold, wasn't it?
it takes you about an hour and a half to 2 hours to find your way across the city. Partly because just interested in like looking around, but also because it's a big city and it's easy to kind of get lost. I'm just going to put my usual array of commoners around, just to inhabit the place.
An array in the what was it called?
The Grand
That
Array.
joke.
Grand Array.
The Grand Array. That joke fell flat because I couldn't remember the name.
Yeah. As you sort of walk up to it, there's this huge, tall building that's like wide and tall and
Grand?
very grand. Yeah. It's built out of stone with like wooden beams as decoration, and you can hear just even from outside that there's music playing all over. There's people talking, there's people laughing. It's a very active environment, and despite it being dark, there's lights on inside, there's lights on outside. It's a very well lit area of the city in general, and as you enter, basically all of the seats are taken. There's people standing, there's people stood upstairs on the rafters watching down at not just one, but 3 performers, all of whom are performing with different instruments. One's got a lute, one's got like a pan flute, essentially, and then another one has like a percussion sort of ensemble. And as they play, they are sort of, they're all singing except for the pan flute. So there's two of them singing, and you know, there's nothing special about what they're singing about, but it seems the more they sing, they're projecting from themselves like lights and like a sort of display, basically. I will demonstrate. Yeah, a light show, essentially. If there we go. I think it's this one. Maybe. I don't know if that's actually showing up. No. But anyway, like they're emanating lights from themselves, and it's kind of underwhelming because it's not showing up. But it looks very spectacular, and like there are people just entranced by the performance overall because they're just they're all wearing like it's almost like a uniform, like a troop uniform, and they seem to be professionals at what they're doing. It's a good performance, honestly. It's a jaunty tune, and it's got a catchy chorus that kind of gets you singing along instinctively in the background.
Is it like a D&D boy band?
Like the
Bard band?
Basically, yeah.
What does the crowd look like in here? Is it more like a touristy joint, or is it more like a local joint? So
it's an establishment of a mixture, basically. It seems to have like its patronage, like its usual patronage, but also it's obviously got a reputation. So a lot of people come here because they've heard about it. They kind of know. They'll have heard stories, so they kind of come to check what the big fuss is about, you know.
because it's a mix of both.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a combination.
As we step in and the loud music is sort of, you know, there, and I watch the performance for a little bit. I turn to the group and I look at them. We should go and look at the bounty board first, just to make sure we're not on it.
That's a good point. We don't know how far the message has travelled.
Room. We ask the barman where it is, unless we can see it obviously around us somewhere.
You don't see anything entirely obvious, like in the way of a bounty board. But these things don't tend to be out in the open in places like this. They're usually hidden away just so that it can be a kind of more formal, private discussion.
Okay.
Because the bartenders, proprietors of the establishment are often the ones that sort of are the in between for the bounties. So they, you know, they'll go and they manage it. Yeah.
Okay, should we go to the barman and see what's happened?
Yeah.
Have a word.
Okay.
Gotta figure out where I can walk.
Yeah, same.
Okay. So you come over to the barman, and he seems like your quintessential experienced barman. Like he's been here a lot. He's been doing this a long time. He knows the tricks of the trade. He knows how to kind of keep drunks under control. And he turns and sees you, sees new faces. There's a moment of kind of almost like, what's the word? Stealing himself. You know, new people, oftentimes they can be a bit of a pain, and then like there's a second pause after he sees you, and then a smile. He says, welcome to the Grand Array. My name is gone. Where's his name? Freighter.
Freighter.
Pleased to meet you.
Later.
Freighter. Pleased to meet you. What can I do for you on this glorious evening?
Four ales, if that's all right with everyone, and
Do you have fire whiskey?
Yeah, fire whiskey for
Not
me.
again.
Please,
no.
Not today. We are fresh out of fire whiskey.
Howard.
4 ales then,
Yeah, fine.
and
I'm not paying for them.
You never do.
You didn't pay for anything.
and where's the location of your bounty board?
You had the look. I wasn't sure. It's upstairs, out the back. Follow me. Oh Christ! Now I need to work out where it is. I think we can go up this way. Do we get teleported? Why aren't you moving?
Oh,
Okay, you all got moved. Good.
Gone somewhere.
Yeah, you have. That's alright. The music somehow has mysteriously stopped, but that's okay.
all I see is darkness.
Magical bubble.
All I see is darkness around me.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
And he kind of follows you upstairs. Eventually, I will get there, and leads you into the sort of. It's like an open common room essentially. I'll turn the music. I'll play the music again because obviously the tavern music dies out as you step upstairs. This room seems to be almost like a greeting room essentially. There's sofas and there's two fires that are opposite, and Freighter kind of indicates for the four of you to sit down on the sofas, and you see him kind of turn away and stand over this way, and leans on this chair. He says, Right.
Standing by the door-ish. I don't trust sitting down.
That's
Don't know why.
Where's Scald? Did Scald go downstairs? Again.
I went to level 2. Is that downstairs?
Oh, you stepped back downstairs again.
Oh,
We're level 2 here.
Yeah,
I'm just.
there you are. So I activated the scene as you must have moved downstairs, and then you got pulled in, but Scald didn't. It's one of the quirks of the system. So he kind of sits you down, or those who want to sit, and he sort of grunts and shrugs at the ones who don't. And right, his voice goes a bit gruffer, a bit less formal, and he pulls out from like the waistcoat he's wearing. He has like a sheet. We haven't got much at the moment. But mostly from what we hear, the Heavenly Lady, she's been chatting some words about Dimitaria. Bit of trouble going on over there, apparently. How experienced are you?
We killed a witch, a hag, to say.
I pull out my little voodoo doll of the hag and throw it to him. We did.
All right. Not sure how that constitutes as proof, but all right. You achieve anything else? Much of note?
Well, we've travelled across plains to the Feywild and successfully. We're not dead
We
or insane.
saved a town from mind enslavement.
I think we're 2 towns and 1 hamlet saved so far.
All right, that's an impressive achievement. Where are you travelling from?
The beach.
I suppose, yes, we all crash landed on the, well, it wasn't there initially on the beach, we were drowning, and then our friend here, Aqua, saved us.
Because I'm kind and generous like that.
Of course.
We went to a little village where we fought some goblins, and then we came here.
Goblins, nasty little buggers. You, dwarf friend, from Karisgard yet?
Yes.
I assume you've heard about the heart, yeah?
Yes, troubling business that. I would assume that it was the doings of someone fairly powerful.
What is this about the heart?
One of the, you could say, symbols of my people has been stolen.
Oh, yeah, I remember my connection.
Yeah. Now, being one of the primary establishments of the city, I have my connections. This has led me to finding out information. It's not a bounty, but it is advantageous, let's say, to know. I have a direct line into the Heavenly Lady's court, and that has led me to know that they suspect this whole thing with Dimitaria is somehow connected to the heart.
Okay.
I don't know how. But I could get you in, and maybe you could find out. Keeps me out of the loop. I don't want to know. I don't want to get involved. Sounds messy. War is bad for business. But if you need money, if you need connections, if you need work, this could be life-changing.
Definitely. Well, now that we've faced a fairly powerful foe, I suppose we're more able than ever to take on such a large task. Might be worth our while if we give it a go, even if we don't find the root cause. I'm sure we might find some interesting things along the way.
Well, from what I've heard, I'll fill you in. And he kind of looks down at the piece of paper that he pulled out of his waistcoat. There was a raid in Karisgard. Pretty nasty, from what I hear. And during that raid, it distracted Grimhammer clan enough that somebody got in to the palace, stole the heart. This you know.
Yep.
That heart, then, from what I hear, made its way over to the Northern Isle. Made its way, potentially through Camblesia, into Dimitaria.
I see. Do we know through what means?
Alas, no. However, it's been a few months, and I've done a bit of digging. I've sent out a few feelers, you know. This goes deep. Whoever's involved is, I don't understand why. Obviously, the heart must be worth something. Otherwise, why steal it? Cause chaos in Karisgard, profit for Dimitaria if they're involved. Who knows? But allegedly, some of the pirates have been paid off. Been shuffling it around. That's why it took so long to get over here. And now it's here. We don't know where. I can't tell you, but, well, I don't know where. Heavenly Lady might. Like I said, I can get you in. And she and her people fill you in a bit more.
Well,
At the words of pirates, I look to Aqua immediately, and he hears in his head, "Do you know anything about this?"
No. This was what I was told there was something valuable, but never got told what.
On your ship?
Not originally, not before I jumped off to save you. I mean, it could have been on there afterwards, which is why she attacked your ship.
well, I have a vested interest here to return our artifact back to where it belongs. However, I won't jump at it if the group don't feel like they're up for such a task, as it is potentially something that could cause us to have a lot of enemies. It's very political in a way.
With enemies comes allies quite often, no?
True.
And it
Well,
sounds valuable.
You'll have the backing of my people, though, saying that, the different clans don't always see eye to eye, and I can't guarantee there won't be potential for backstabbing involved. I have no, well, apart from to my own clan, no other true allegiances. My faith comes first.
So,
Ooh, this is going.
how would we get money from this? If say we wanted money short term, I'm fully down to do something like this. It's obviously quite important to you, Skuld. So you definitely have my sword. I'm just wondering, like, short term money wise.
Well, these kind of missions are long term, and to represent this, you often get sponsored by whoever sends you on it. If the Heavenly Lady chooses you, she will provide.
Like an upfront sponsorship for like expenses and journeying.
At the minimum.
Who is this heavenly lady? Who is she?
He looks at you quizzically. Really?
I've never been here. I came to travel.
She's
The leader.
She's the leader of our people. She is Jambari of House Udun. She rules Olkburg. She is the leader of our city, of our people, of her dynasty.
Yes, I think Yes, I've met some people before who told me a bit about the situation between Dimitaria and Camblesia.
Yes, there's always been tension between the two. Dimitaria is a warmongering people, nasty folk. And there's always some kind of tension. This seems to be the provocation that they needed to get themselves going.
But why bring in Skull's people by stealing the heart if the tension is between that place and this place?
I mean, who knows? They're just nasty folk. I don't understand the ins and outs. I don't understand the politics. I don't really understand the significance of the heart itself. I just know it's valuable to the dwarves, and it's been stolen.
Okay.
Would you say, obviously, Heavenly Lady, she oversees everything here, including like Wildenwell as well?
Her writ rules over all of Camblesia. She and her family before her have been in charge, in name if not in principle, of every city in Camblesia, even Wildenwell.
Okay.
Generally, the cities get left to their own devices, but they all report to her in times of need.
Yeah. And she has much influence, so if anything needed to be done, okay. Interesting. A good person to have on your good side, then, I'd assume.
Well, yes. Like I said, she would sponsor you for this mission, and that takes you places and follows you around.
Theoretically, if she chose us to help out, would any prior convictions be a problem? Hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetically speaking, that would be at her discretion. I've known her to overturn people's convictions. I've known her to delay them until the job is completed, then she chooses. It's up to her. Is this going to be a problem for you?
Not at all. But it was just theoretically speaking.
Of course, theoretically speaking. If that mission is not up to your standards, however, I do have a caravan heading up to the Alulak. Needs protection. If you fancy a trip north.
That's kind of getting quite far away then, isn't it?
Well, yes. It's the other side of the island.
What can I pay out of curiosity?
Well, probably less overall than, getting in with Jambari, Heavenly Lady. But potentially less danger involved. Although the wildlands between, a bit of a hit and miss.
What do you know about the pirates that have shipped the heart that was stolen from Skull's people?
Me? Not much. Like I said, I know my people. I have my contacts, but other than that, I know very little.
Question for the DM. Oldberg is by the water, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It is indeed, yes.
The problem pirates is they often work alone and independently, so it's hard to track them down. They most likely weren't the ones to steal the stone, the gem. But
Well, someone will have to. Someone will have told them to bring it somewhere, if they got it across the sea from your island to this island. And I give Aqua another quick side glance. Not a suspicious one, just as a, as sort of making my point.
But they could have been just one step in a big chain. Whereabouts and who do we contact to try and get in on that chain? Well, that's going to require a bit of investigation.
Yeah.
I suppose that's going to be our biggest hurdle, is knowing where to start. Getting sponsorship would, of course, be a good place to begin, then we don't have to worry about.
Knowing someone with influence would be good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down to get involved. Sounds like a good.
I agree.
Yeah.
Knowing people with influence is often a good thing.
Yeah.
It's
Alright.
like I said, I can get you in. From there, it's up to you. I won't be able to help you once you get in there, but I can get you in.
Is it a criminal offense to get in there?
No.
Do we have to be worried?
But you just have to, you can't just waltz in. You just have to know the right people. Get an invitation.
We know all about that.
Of course. Now, you're more than welcome to stay here for the night. It will take me a few days to get, well, not necessarily a few days, maybe a day, to get the invite for you, but you're welcome to stay here in the meantime.
Yeah, if you could allow us, that'd be most convenient.
We have rooms behind you that would suit, perhaps, or if you fancy something else a bit fancier, we do have other rooms available as well. That's the wrong one. That's why I can't say it.
Do any of us look that fancy to you?
Yeah, we don't need much. Just a place to stay.
Well,
Hey, look at my hat. I'm very fancy.
would you like separate rooms, single rooms, joint room?
No, we can have a. If you have it, for
Best if we stay together.
Yeah.
Got 4 beds in a room, then we'll take it.
Vic doesn't mind sleeping on the floor if it's only 3, though.
Well, the room down this corridor and to your left has 4 beds, 1 double, 2 singles, if that's to your liking.
Sure.
Sounds good. How much is it for night, sorry?
It will be 1 gold for the 4 of you. Breakfast is included. Drinks are not.
Cool. Okay. Sounds good.
So yeah, I will let you know in due course when the invitation comes, I will get you in. But otherwise, please feel free to enjoy the hospitality. Don't cause any trouble.
Don't think we ever caused any significant trouble in all our time yet.
No, we haven't.
No. Why are they going to bed, Gold? It's not even dark yet.
It is dark.
Just going to the room. I'm just going to the room.
Checking it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're.
This is
Just
Olkburg, by
excited.
the way.
Yeah.
By the sea. By the sea.
It's so cute in that format.
But yeah, it is dark. It's still fairly early though. You know, late evening maybe, dinner time.
Freighter.
Yes.
That was his name. Okay. How well do you know the people of Olkburg? I guess it's like quite a big city, but if I was to throw a name at you, good chance you maybe know them or heard of them, maybe?
I've met a lot of people here. I'm sure I could find out at least.
A dwarf named Thelrig Belbra. You familiar with the name?
Rings a bell. There's a blacksmith in the city named that name.
Whereabouts he plies trade?
Well, he's the other side of the city, but he's a bit loopy. But damn fine workman.
Can't win them all.
Well, no, quite.
Be interested to see what wares he has on offer.
Yeah, maybe they'll buy some of the spare equipment we've got as well.
That'd be the same blacksmith now. Annoyed earlier.
Yeah.
Well, you're more than welcome to trot along. I don't think it'll be open now at least.
No.
Best do it tomorrow, but you know, I'm sure he'll be happy to have a chat. Never had a interaction with him myself, but you know, I think the best of people.
And that's fine. Cool. Well, we'll be around town. Obviously, we'll pop back in to check up and tomorrow. If we go out somewhere, we'll come back to see if you found any information.
Sounds like a plan.
Us getting involved.
Like I said, feel free. If you want to wander around the city, your room is still yours. So don't feel obliged to stay around.
Well, as it's getting dark now, I suppose we should stay together just in case there was any funny business.
Food and drink then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if there's anything going on downstairs.
Yeah, I'll go and get these to check the room out, I guess, as well. Just
See what it's like.
It's a
two
fairly
people are sharing.
Yeah, it's a fairly simple room. Nothing special, but you know, like the room in Wildenwell, there's 4 beds, and there's a desk and a sort of a table in the corner if you want to sit and play cards or something. There's even a dresser, but you know, plain wooden floor, rugs next to the bed to sort of keep your feet from getting cold in the mornings. There's something approaching a curtain covering each window, but you know, it's nothing special.
I was
Should
thinking,
we-
like, literally there was something approaching the curtain. I was like, you're not scared.
Yeah, same.
Dragon's head peers through.
I was like, it's the 2nd floor. They've got to be really tall.
Oh, by the way, there's a severed head in the box.
That's a really niche joke that literally only Burius and you know.
No, I know.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
Okay.
Should we go and find a table downstairs if there's one free now? Get some grub.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Before we go, I want to quickly talk about something because I don't want to talk about it out there. I'm sure since Oldberg is near the water, I'm sure there's some sort of harbor in here, right? And she looks at Aqua again. I think we should have a look whether there's any pirates around. For once, I'm not saying that for my own benefit.
I would love to see my crew, but we never actually stopped at Oldberg. We only ever passed it.
I'm not necessarily saying that we're looking for your crew, but someone, whether it was your guys or someone else, has shipped this heart. And our best bet is to figure out that while we're here, where the ships are.
Wouldn't
Don't find many
hurt.
pirates. No obvious pirates will probably be in a town like this, though, I wouldn't have thought.
No, but there will be people who know things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Might be difficult,
if any actually did, like Doc, there would be word of that. We always
Try.
make a scene.
Yeah. And I'm sure Aqua would like to smell the smell of some ships.
Not the sea air, the ships.
I mean, you tell
Very
me.
specific perversion.
The wood. Lovely.
Extra varnish today.
I cast prestidigitation and I make a little tiny small image of a boat appear in my hand before it vanishes. Of a ship, not a boat, before it vanishes into like smoke again. We could get you a ship, maybe. Who knows?
Captain does sound nice.
Yeah. Let's go and have some food.
Also, before we quickly open door, I was saying that maybe if we get on the good side, Heavenly Lady could cancel our bounty in Wildenwell.
That is the plan.
It sounds good. Plus,
I bet-
she might give us enough money to pay off your armor.
Well, that's what I'm hoping. We can all get some money, and when I get enough, then I can just hop down there quickly. I don't know if it's a good idea to travel back, but maybe we can.
We could send a courier or something if possible.
It's a lot of money to
that.
send.
He said he'd find us. We'll just wait it out and then
Or that, yeah.
hope he doesn't beat you up.
And if he does, we still pay him and you just got beat up, it's fine.
Looks like he probably could beat me up. Okay.
I'm imagining Skold, by the way, opening the door and Vic is starting to talk again and him sighing and closing the door again.
Yeah.
That does seem to be the dynamic between the group, honestly. Scold's like, yep, all business. Oh, they want to talk
No,
more.
right.
Great, okay.
Right, let's go.
Okay,
Yeah,
now that you've said let's go, let's have a 5-minute break. Go and have a toilet break and stuff if you need to.
Look, Lucy.
That's me.
And then we will return quickly. So yeah, we'll be back in a minute or two, everyone. Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, blimey.
We have a nice screen for this, hopefully. Okay, see you in a bit. I'm gonna get a drink.
Yes, I think I've got a drink. Yeah, I've got enough drink.
I'll be back also in a sec.
I'm just figuring out our next plan. Try not to get put on a wanted list any further up on the hierarchy.
I'm back.
Welcome back. So yeah, we have a chance to clear our name. So I don't want it to be that we just get another bounty of even higher proportions from us. It's not a good way of clearing your name.
We're gonna get a lot of money from being sponsored, aren't we? Surely.
Yeah, I hope so.
We're
Well,
telling
we
it's
need
for
someone-
children in need.
It's the queen of the whole people, so she's got money. You don't imagine?
Perhaps we should have someone else negotiate the terms.
Right, yeah. Well, my persuasion and stuff is who's got the best charisma is Aqua, isn't it? I think.
I have deception.
So yeah, I suppose that requires charisma.
I've got +0. Yeah, I'm on charisma.
See, my persuasion's +3. My
My charisma's
deception is +6.
What's Nell? I think Nell might have quite good on actually.
What do I have?
What's your persuasion, or just charisma in general?
Charisma is really high.
Yeah, I thought you had quite good persuasion.
What do you want to do?
If we're negotiating a
Persuasion +7. Just
Oh,
carry
okay,
roll
you-
+7.
What?
What are you
Yeah, okay, you're-
negotiating?
I don't know. I just came back to. I think Nell has quite a high one. I was like, what do I have?
we need to negotiate how much money we're getting as a retainer or something.
Oh, right, I see, okay.
Didn't know you were +7, in which case you should be doing all the talking.
Have you seen her face?
Apparently your words are fine though.
Okay, so you are heading downstairs, right?
Yep.
Okie dokie. So you all head downstairs. The camera will follow you in a moment. We need to bring good old Freighter downstairs too. It's one of the weirdest janky maps I've ever.
They're new. More people have turned up. We've just filled the room.
Can we be the bitch ass Karens who shoo people away and be like, no, this is my table. I sit here all the time.
I kind of tried that before and I got accused of hating women. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
maybe
That was-
there's an empty table now.
To be fair, there was a lot of empty tables back.
They're outside, I didn't know.
So you all come downstairs, and in the time that you've been upstairs talking to Freighter, the tavern has filled up quite nicely, and it's bustling even more so than previously, with like lots of people kind of obviously having finished work and sort of gathered round, and then there's also people just sort of sitting and watching the entertainment. The entertainment's still going. It's the same 3 people. The light show is still going on. Some people have kind of given up caring now that they've seen it. It's not that impressive anymore. Others are still very much enthralled by it. I, however, am annoyed that it's not working, so never mind. Maybe if I do this.
A room's blinding eyes. That'll work.
What?
If Vac would just cast like one of his spells, I'm sure that'll entertain or.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Maybe. Probably. So yeah, you come downstairs. Your ales that you ordered previously are still on the bar. And Freighter kind of hands them over to you and nods and says, this one's on the house. So, what are you doing?
Looking for an empty table.
Mm-hmm.
Not Le Mille style.
if you find one, I'll be impressed.
Yeah, but oh, what's that one over there though? Damn, someone on it.
There are literal
Skin.
tables just here. And these just... Oh, wait, there are people on these.
Yeah.
They were hidden.
I feel like you're just
sit on
popping
one.
them in.
Like
But
one
can we
person
see-
on this table.
Can we sit on the chairs by the stage?
There are only 3.
So one of us can stand.
Guys, I
Yours
found a
is small
table.
enough.
On the table.
Are you
As you
standing on someone?
as you approach that table, a halfling pops up and is like, occupado.
Damn, it doesn't matter. I was sat on top of a woman anyway.
The lady that you were sat on is also a halfling, and she just literally scoffs and shakes her head. Unbelievable. And
Go to this guy here and say, look, here, hi mate, can we have a table and for gold?
where are you? I can't see. Oh, there. He kind of looks at you. He's got like close cropped hair that sort of gets longer as it goes up into a sort of like mishmash of just like a bunch of hair. It's a mess. He probably thinks he looks cool. He's barely like 18. He turns to you with like the most contemptuous look. It's just like, you what?
Here's a gold piece if you let us take the table.
How many of them? How many of you are there?
Does it matter?
Well, depending on how many of you there are, I might be waiting for people too.
Oh, I'm sure someone else will give up their table.
All right, your loss.
Drop a hard bargain. Still going.
Ben's listed over here.
Guys, look, it's boy.
Can we just sit at the fucking stage?
We should just sit on the piano and start playing.
No, there's chairs here.
The person you walk up
Oh.
to, Vic, is literally facing the other way, talking to someone on the other side of this like
Oh.
bench. Like they're back-to-back benches, like booths, and he's literally just stood on the bench facing the other way.
Okay. Same to this one. Like, yeah, chap. Wouldn't mind making some room, could ya? Here's gold for your trouble if you do.
Sorry, the dog was squeaking a ball. Gold? For my trouble?
Yeah.
What trouble are you causing?
I just would like the table for me and my friends.
But I'm sat at this table.
I'll walk away and sit down over here.
I stand like a little bit behind Vic while he's talking to that dude, and then the dude hears in his head, "You should better go now." We'll
So-
wait until Benson is done.
Say that again, sorry.
She stands behind Vic and a little bit around the corner so he can't see her perfectly, the dude Vic was talking to. And she says in his head, "You should better go now."
Looks around. And just sort of sits down.
Me. Are there candles on the tables?
His, yeah. Yes, there are.
Hold on.
Hmm?
Hold on, I need to see what my spell does. No, I shouldn't do anything. Never mind.
So don't make any trouble. Set them on fire. I'm just trying to pay. I thought a gold for a table would be pretty good.
Probably is.
Why is this a problem? Why are we not finding a table to sit on?
It's a busy place, I guess. At least managed to get a room for the night.
Yeah.
Why don't we just get our food and we can just take it up to our room if we really want to, anyway.
Yeah.
This is the hardest challenge we've faced yet.
Yeah, seriously.
You offered a gold to help us on carry just like heavy stuff across the town, and then like you started a riot. I offered
Over
to
here,
move one
these
feet.
people, yeah, they're just, another class apparently.
Mm.
Yeah, get the food and go upstairs.
Okay. Are we going to do the typical "what are you ordering?" go through the order thing?
No.
Meat and potatoes stuff. I don't know.
It's a hearty meal.
Yeah.
We've had a long day of traveling and
Okay.
finding tables.
Freighter kind of like gives you a two-finger salute and is like, "I'll bring it up for you." And
Two-finger salute the V's. Flipped us the V's. Oh, that's very nice.
and it's a different culture, man. That's normal there, right?
That's how they greet people.
And
As we walk away, the dude that I was talking to earlier in his head, again hears in his head, "You're dead tomorrow," and then I leave.
you just hear
That's why
from
we
across
get
the room. You just hear that. What did you say? As you're walking upstairs.
Chaotic good, by the way.
Not for long.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
so. Live.
What about humanity again?
I was gonna say she's done a lesson. She's not set fire to anything. I'm quite impressed.
I almost did. I was thinking about it, but then I was like, no.
That was a good point, actually. Yeah, you got close to playing fire.
Literally.
Alright, I was ready with my water ball.
Oh god, no,
Off
not
the
that.
building.
Like, the band just gets washed out of the building.
The whole time.
It's like the Titanic scene where the band's just like, "Gentlemen, it was a pleasure playing with you tonight," and then they just get washed away.
Hey, it would at least been a table free after that.
And then we would have had definitely a Rose and Jack scene where we were fighting about the table.
Okay. So back in your room, you have plenty of surfaces on which to eat, at least.
I'm eating on the bed.
Oh. So Nell's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Getting
Right,
crumbs
I'll put it on
everywhere.
the, crumbs all over the bloody carpet.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh, I'm at the foot of the bed, so.
I'll be at this desk then.
Guess who's sharing the bed?
Yeah.
It's the two.
Muscle.
Golden Vic, how weird.
So yeah, you have the room. You have your food.
I think we haven't got. Oh, have we still got the thing aqua?
What thing?
Your rod.
Nah.
No, you sold it.
It's my bag of a measly shipley gold. Thanks for reminding me.
I was thinking we could put something in front of the door as a standard practice. Wait, does the door open in or out?
It would open
I don't know.
inwards.
Okay.
I'd forgotten about that.
Okay. So eat, drink, and I probably want to block the door with something because we don't really need to take a rest. I want to watch, at least.
Oh,
I'll
does the
check to
door
make
have
sure
a
the
lock
window's
on
locked.
it? You know, like a lock from the inside or anything like that.
Okay. So the door locks. There is a lock inside. The windows are shuttered. Like they have shutters on the outside as well, so you could close them for a bit of extra protection if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we'll just make sure that we're fully secure and that there isn't any chance of any. We're a bit paranoid after the whole tall Grammon thing. Things
Yeah.
appearing out of nowhere.
Understandably, I think.
I'll probably also put something against the door as well, like a chair, lean a chair against the door. So that
Okay.
if someone did happen to lockpick it and sneak open, it would probably fall over and make a noise.
That makes sense.
We got 16,000 gold if they guess. There are going to be more people. You're right.
So we'll put a chair against the door and a chair by the door, so if someone comes through, I can hit them with the chair while they fall over the chair.
Yeah. Nat 1 on the dex save. Good guy, good chair.
It's chairception, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. So you feel fairly secure. You've got the door locked and barred. Well, locked. And then door chaired. So you feel fairly safe.
Maybe there's a shop we can buy another rod while we're here, Aqua.
Something tells me it was a fairly unique item.
I don't know if we've heard of them before, but it's probably still rare. Yes, you're probably right.
It's like mass-produced. There's just a load of movable rods everywhere.
You could always just go back, find the old guy, beat him up, teach him a lesson.
You can always buy the knockoff on Wish.
The movable rod.
Yeah.
It's Camblesian wish.
The whole world.
I mean, who knows, honestly.
Okay. Probably eat, drink, and get to bed, I guess. Unless anyone's got anything
Yeah.
else to talk about.
What's the plan for tomorrow?
That's a good point. We need to meet our sponsor, don't we? Or well, not even meet the sponsor. Get progress
Don't we have to wait
towards.
for the letter. He's got to talk to the
yes.
woman,
Yeah.
so we got to wait for that. So I suppose we could have a look around, or
Yeah.
Vic, you wanted to meet someone. Why don't we try and get that off the books, especially if we have to leave soon again, if we take this job?
Yeah.
Blacksmith, wasn't it?
Blacksmith, yeah. Thelrig is also a dwarf. I don't know if he shares anything that. I don't know.
You're gonna say another racist comment again? You know, all you dwarfs are the same.
Well,
Is it-
he might
is
have,
it dwarf
like,
too?
an
Do you know
opinion.
him?
Exactly. Well, he's a dwarf, and like, didn't you lose?
He's a dwarf, he's a blacksmith.
Yeah, you like hitting things with hammers. I'm sure he does too. He'll hit off.
you can show him your throwable hammer.
Mm.
Remember.
But,
But
yes,
yes,
I do want to see also his armors and weapons. See if there's anything of particular note for my research.
yeah. But he's the other side of town apparently. So we'll
So let's go as early as possible. Leave it like right after breakfast.
So we could sell those spare weapons and the bag of holding as well to get a little bit of coin. Probably not much, but
Yeah.
so it clears out the bag a little bit.
Yeah.
And obviously, if Nell wants to do any more souvenir shopping,
No, I have to wait a few days until he gets my postcards in.
I'm sure there's more
I
vendors
do
around
wanna-
there.
I do want to find a messenger service though. I want to see if I can send a letter or courier to my parents.
Okay. We should probably try to. I don't not disguise ourselves. Maybe disguise ourselves a little bit, because who knows? People might have made the journey knowing that we were probably heading this direction. Maybe people have looking for the bounty might have been making their way over here as well.
Love the enthusiasm, but there's still a problem. I'm blue. Been over this. It's pretty hard to hide.
Yeah.
I know, like above the table, I know this won't work, but I cast prestidigitation just out of sheer naivety from Nell. I cast prestidigitation on Aqua and try to make him purple.
Literally nothing happens.
I know. Oh, such a shame.
It'd be good when we get. Do you guys ever get? Do you know what spells you might get that can make us look different? I don't know. Is there anything like that?
I
I've heard
don't
magic
understand
like
my
that.
magic.
But yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to. One day I might be able to perform a spell like that, but
I don't even understand how my magic works. I can do this and she makes a flame appear in her hand. And I can do this and she makes another flame appear in her
I
other
like
hand.
flinch a little as she does that. I remember it from before.
PTSD shit. Well, this is quite a big city. Maybe there's like a wizard, sorcerer kind of like, I don't know about school, but
You mean stock up on scrolls then?
well, you can get scrolls for spells, but maybe there's
What are
some
scrolls?
information.
Scrolls are like magic, but for people who can't do magic and have to read off them.
They're a race in the DC universe, aren't they?
What?
Scrolls.
Scrolls.
No, that's Marvel.
It's just
Let's gloss over
Yeah,
it.
if you,
I know exactly
if
what
you
they
want to learn, Nell, a bit about where your magic comes from, maybe you can ask someone here.
Maybe they know who this person in my head is.
Hopefully, yes. Just remember, Vic remembers like, oh yeah, there's a weird thing going on in Nell's head.
There's always a weird thing going
something.
on in
I was
Nell's
going to say something weird's happening with Nell. In other words, in other news, water is wet.
head.
I can
So-
confirm that.
Yeah, because the reason I came to Oldberg originally is because I just wanted to learn more about my runes and stuff, and there's someone here for me apparently. Maybe there's someone here for you. Maybe Aqua, if you need to learn stuff as well. And
Yeah, having a bit more control on what I can do might help us.
there you go. And I don't know if there's a church here or anything for you, Skull.
No churches. Churches are bad.
Oh, well, yeah, since the last time, apparently you guys don't particularly like churches killing the priest and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we should stay
Well,
clear of...
see how
Rubbish
weird
temples.
these ones seem.
We'll make our decisions of murder later.
I've only murdered 3 people today. I usually have 5, but it's okay.
5 a day.
5 a day keeps the bounty hunters away.
Nice. Nice.
Let's go to sleep, guys, and tomorrow we go to the blacksmith or see if we can find him, and then ask around if there's a place for wizards, and ask around if we find someone about pirates or something.
Hey, chairs in front of the door. Scenario.
Yeah, I mean, I start to like not research, kind of like look over my new hammer, which is still new relatively, and just try like scribing some of the patterns that are on it and things like that, and not a proper set of like books or notes without being too over encumbered, so I kind of just keep them in there.
Okay. Make an intelligence check for me.
Because before I would kind of just like note it down like in words, but now that I've got the space, I can kind of just do more. What's it? Words.
You can do more.
Intelligence check.
Can do words better.
Can do words better. Yes. Ability check. There we go. Boom. We can do more like drawings and things.
It's been 2 hours since we rolled the dice, guys. Bloody hell. There's something about your hammer that just intrigues you. It's obviously dwarven made. It's made from steel, possibly mixed with mithril, perhaps, which gives it its lightness and kind of easy to wield. But the inscriptions and the arcanum that allows it to return to you after it's thrown, and also kind of guides itself more than anything. Like, your aim doesn't have to be particularly good, you just have to will it well enough to get to somewhere. You just have to believe, you know. And like, you can't put your finger on it. It's going to take more thought, perhaps some research, but you know, this is an interesting piece, and there's some history behind it, and some pretty interesting craftsmanship that's gone into it.
Definitely. Okay. Thank you. Sorry for just like above table. For some reason now I've just got like, what was it, Joey from like Yu-Gi-Oh saying, Yugi, you'll believe in the heart of the cards. I just can't, for the sake of me, get it out of my head.
I mean, that's fair.
Before we go to sleep, I want to do something. Like when everyone's already laid down, I'm assuming Aqua and I are sharing the bed?
I'm saying this now, yes, because you've got all the crumbs everywhere.
Yeah, I'm like trying to sweep them over to your side.
That's fine. But when everyone has settled down, is already in bed, maybe already asleep or not, that person that I'm going to target can decide that. I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts on Aqua.
Okay. I don't even know what that does.
It will get your surface thoughts, and if I want to go deeper, then you shut up. you have to roll a saving throw and need to tell. Like I'm looking for something specific, but yeah.
What do I have to roll?
Nothing yet. I want the surface thought first. As you go to bed, what are you thinking about?
It would most likely be of whether or not my captain did dock up here, and what schemes has she gotten herself into, and whether or not the rest of the crew are okay at the moment.
Okay. That's enough for me. I'm not going to dig deeper, so you won't know that I cast it on you.
Okay.
Interesting. The plot thickens.
I have a plan.
Okay. You all fall asleep. Aqua,
Yes.
your thoughts as you sleep of your old captain, of the adventures that you shared with her, with your crew, they overtake your mind as you sleep, and for the most part, you remember good things. You remember the days that you spent at sea, laughing and joking with everybody because somebody did something silly, or, you know, there's a joke made about someone that kind of keeps everyone entertained for a day or two. And then you remember the last days of your journeys with this group, how the captain changed. She went from being a stern leader who was one of the gang, to being distant, a bit aloof, a bit strict. The attack on the ship that your current now friends, were sailing on, kind of came out of the blue. You never really attacked people like that unless you knew there was something there. The group, like the ship, the crew would have to know about it and kind of mutually agree. This was not that. This was she ordered it and it happened. And yeah, it was unsettling. Ever since you set off on your final voyage with them, there was just something amiss. And you remember that you took on some cargo before you left, that you didn't leave Karasgard. You did come from the south of the northern island, but you took on cargo before you left, and then occasionally there was a few visitors, like a few ships of other pirate ships. They met with you, and your captain took on the responsibility of talking to them. No, it was very shady, underhand deals. And then the next day, you attacked the ship that your friends were sailing on. You decided in the heat of the moment that that wasn't you, that wasn't what you were sailing for, and you took it upon yourself to save as many as you could. These 3 friends being those. And as a result, you lost touch. You don't know where they went, what happened to them. You know that they were heading in this direction. Olkburg was on the list of places you were going to visit. You were going to head potentially up to Oldencliff, further north, and then kind of loop north, see what you could find, and then come back round. But it's hard to tell whether plans have changed since then or not. But that's how your night goes. That's where your dreams take you. You dream of possibilities of where your crew went, whether they stayed the course or whether they diverted after the attack and ended up elsewhere. It's food for thought. Yathina, now.
Yes.
Excitement actually fills you. The thought that for the first time in a while you get to send letters to home. Kind of check in with your mum and dad, with your parents, and kind of fill them in on what you've been doing. That actually fills you with excitement. There's a palpable sense of kind of wanting to get on with things and genuinely kind of looking forward to the next step because you've got so much you want to say. And your dreams are kind of, they're foggy memories of times you spent with your family, like out in the fields, collecting in whatever you were collecting that day. Maybe staying at home because the weather wasn't too good and you were just sitting at home, maybe doing some boring things like sewing, or the time that you were practicing with a sword and your mother found you and she scolded you and kind of grounded you and kept you inside. At the time, not the greatest feeling, but now you're looking back on it, looking kind of look back with fondness on them. And then you just feel like a deep longing and just there's almost a feeling of loss. But it's mixed with excitement because you're going to get to tell them what you've been up to. the four of you wake up in your room the next day to a knock on the door. And you hear the voice of a lady on the other side of the door. Kind of gruff sounding, potentially an older lady. And the call comes through the door. It's breakfast time! Time for breakfast, up you get! And she bangs on the door again. And then you just hear the footsteps down the hall as you're all kind of brought to consciousness at the same time.
Wow.
Bit of a wake-up call.
Yeah, I jack up and look around. What just happened?
Breakfast, apparently.
Why would they wake us so harshly?
Wow.
Only long
Must be
lives.
of high demand, I suppose.
I start getting
Well,
dressed.
I need 10 minutes.
I think I don't know how much light armor is, but I need a few as well.
1, I think.
No one.
Yeah. Vic's armor is much more complicated. It's like a series of you kind of put the sort of, it's like almost like a coat in a way. You put on the main bit and then you have to wrap some of the bandages around to make it, to fit it in place. The rags, sorry. It's a process.
Well,
It's a process you're
guys,
getting more accustomed to, at least.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to try something with my... Where is it? With my orb.
What,
Yes. I have
What
an
is your
orb.
orb? What's
I've
your
just
orb?
not shown it to anyone. It's just an orb. I believe.
Are you like
It allows me to focus
magical?
my power.
Okay.
I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to do it, and it's going to take me a while, so you guys might as well go get breakfast. So I'll be down once I'm done. Because of the dreams I had last night, I decided I want... I miss the bird parrots that we had on the ships. Well, let me cast it. There we go. Why
It's
did it
finally happening.
roll?
Oh, no.
What? Oh, okay, gotcha.
It should give you a
so
list
that's
of
gonna take me a
things.
while.
It should give you a
It
list of
gave
things.
me a blank thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, campaign. Yeah, I've got the manager for my dude, but it's just blank.
We'll sort that, don't worry.
Alright.
Alright, I'll leave you to it, I suppose. Just don't blow up the room or anything.
Shall we bring you some food back up?
Nah, it'd be alright. I got bread.
Okay.
Thank you,
fine.
though.
All right. Yeah, I had that's with the other ones. Can't
Yeah, I'll
remember.
go. Once it's been 10 minutes, I'll go as well.
Okay. Heading downstairs, it's immediately so much quieter. The morning trade is evidently a lot less lucrative than the evening trade. And you can tell that while there's still the same band from last night are just starting to string up to do a bit of a morning serenade, but it's by no means anything like what they were planning the night before, what they were playing the night before. I don't know why you're not going downstairs, honestly.
Portal has been disrupted.
Probably. It's very, very
I'm gonna go to another tavern again. Oh, I was joking, but is this it?
No, you're
Oh
fine.
no, yeah, there's
I'm just gonna drag new people, new yous in,
you.
and now you come downstairs. Of course you do.
I've got 2.
Oh god, no.
Oh, I'm running away with myself.
Duplicity.
Ah.
I think I put a stop to it.
Hopefully you deleted the right one.
It doesn't matter. They're both the same. There you go. So yeah, they're kind of doing an early morning kind of chill lo-fi kind of jam, and
Medieval lo-fi.
medieval lo-fi, yeah, literally. And there's plenty of free tables. You'll be pleased to hear.
Hey.
And yeah, you can settle down for breakfast.
Guys, do you think if we put our name on this, like etch it into the wood, we can keep this table?
Probably not, but
You most likely have to buy it.
we should buy the pub one day. This
How
place.
much it does cost.
Or a pub.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Retirement plan.
It's either that or an airship.
You can rent them out and get a lot of money for them, I think.
Mile High Club.
You could do that if they existed.
What does that mean?
So yeah, you sit down, you have a breakfast. The same serving lady, like the gruff-sounding one, comes over and says, "What would you like for your breakfast?"
You have eggs.
Yes,
I would like 7 eggs.
7 eggs it is then. Anyone else?
Just some porridge oats would be enough.
Very well.
Same for me. Porridge, please.
Indeed. And she goes off and leaves you to it. Yeah, and then she brings back your food, you eat, and discuss anything you wish to discuss, otherwise we'll move on.
Sorry, do you have any, like, fish meals for breakfast?
Fish meals? Such
Anything
as...
kind of fish. I don't know, sardines.
I think we have...
You hear in your head, that's racist.
Like how now fix the token racist.
I can see what I can do. We're sure we've got fish somewhere.
You just send something up to our room, please, for the other one. Something fish related, please. He's a pirate. Well, he was a sailor. He must have eaten a lot of fish, so therefore must like the fish.
I'll send up a platter.
Just make sure there's some oranges as well. I hear they don't have many of those at sea.
Indeed.
You and your facts now.
Indeed.
Apparently there's a fine line between facts and being racist.
I'm just gonna turn everyone against Vic.
Who knows? Who knows? Aqua, about 20 minutes into you casting your spell, there's a pounding, banging on the door. "I've got your fish for you!"
Just leave it there. I'll come grab it once I'm ready.
Alright, don't leave it out too long, it stinks.
Okay.
And then an hour passes, you cast your spell. You get your familiar, which for next session I will make sure is inserted for you.
What are you choosing?
Yeah, you'll have to wait.
Oh.
It's going to be Meglo's favourite snake.
Lion snake.
No, it won't be a snake.
Aww. Okay, we can find out when we get up.
Yeah. You'll be fine. So, what's the plan? Are you heading off to see the blacksmith?
The blacksmith.
Yeah. I guess we're waiting for Aqua to come down, and then we get him downstairs, and then.
Yeah. Okay, so it's off to Thelrig's. You get directions from Freyta, who, points you in the general direction, tells you what street it is and how far it'll be, and off you head. It's a hefty journey. Olkburg is a big city, and to travel from essentially one side to the other, like you are now, it takes you a solid sort of 2 or 3 hours. That's kind of navigating the different streets and the crowds that are gathering everywhere. but you make it eventually, and you come to a much quieter area. The you can tell generally it's a less visited area by people in general because of just how less well kept it is. But the houses are slightly further apart compared to where you've been recently. The pathways are far more less well kept. And you do see ahead of you, there's just a sort of wooden shack building essentially with like a sort of 2-3 foot tall sign with an anvil on it that's kind of resting against the floor. And inside you can just hear pounding of like a hammer on an anvil.
Looks like
Looks
we're
like
in
the
the right
place.
place.
Let's approach and knock on the door, I guess, if it's not open.
All right. It's not open, but as you knock, you hear a voice inside that kind of it says enter. Like it's very kind of gravelly, deep, baritone kind of voice, and he's just like enter, and the door opens as he says it.
Go in. Good day.
Good day.
I understand you must be Thelrig.
It's me. What can I do for you?
I was given your name by an acquaintance a few weeks ago, and if I was ever to be in this area to see you out, is it? What do you know about runes?
I know my fair share. What would you like to know?
Well, I want to know more. I was to learn more about them, really. I mean, I had an old teacher, but they currently, well, they're dead now, unfortunately.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I was just wondering. I don't know. I needed someone to talk to about them and just explain a bit more things, and I don't know, maybe learn from. I don't know, like. And I'll get the book out, and I'll just, yeah, like I've got this.
You take the book out, and he looks at it. Jog my memory. I remember, but I don't remember. What book is this?
I had a book of runic symbols that the giant had and bequeathed to me,
Yes.
or I got off their dead body, basically.
Yeah, I remember. He
On the
looks
belt
at
as well.
Yeah, he looks at you, looks at the book. That's a rare artifact you got there. Very rare. Not many people would have access to that. Where did you say you got it?
I had an old teacher of mine. He was a giant.
I see. Well, then I must say, you've caught my attention. I know my fair share. I must admit this book is sought after. What do you want to know?
Well, could you, or do you know anyone else who could teach me any more? Thirst for knowledge is what I have with these runes.
I can see that. Your armor, especially, and your belt. You are engulfed in runes and runic history. I must must admit, this is not expected. I didn't think anyone else really cared. It's nice to see that the old hearts aren't dying out just yet.
For sure.
I'm sure I could teach you a thing or two, and I think you could probably teach me too.
Sounds like a good trade.
Where does your knowledge begin?
Well, I know a few runes at the moment. I know the cloud rune and a fire rune.
Interesting.
I know how to grow myself into a much larger version of myself, shall we say?
That's some very advanced stuff. Not many people are on that kind of level. How long have you been practicing, boy?
Well, over like the last decade or so.
It's a fair
But only
chunk of time.
recently, yeah. But only recently have I really managed to advance.
Alright. Well, I have a bit more time in this area than you do. But I'm older, so that's fine. It's gonna take time. I can't teach you all in one go. But if you're
That's
willing to put the time in, we could learn a lot.
Not sure where I'm going to be located or in and out of the town potentially looking. We've got a potential job lined up, but I'm gathering you're pretty. You stay around here. And this is you.
Oh, I'm stable. I stay put. My adventuring days are done. Had some bad times in the past, and it's put me out of commission. I stay here. I've got quite an easy life, making simple things.
Okay. Well, whenever I get some free time, I'll definitely head by and we can trade secrets, maybe train together a bit.
Indeed, I'd like that. It's been a while since I've had a good old chin wag about the old runes.
Maybe on some downtime if I have like a good long time off between work. Maybe we could spend a good long time together.
Sometimes taking time for yourself is the best way to do it.
While we're here as well, my friend here, Scold, I think wanted to talk to you about. It was about the hammer. Was it you wanted to talk about, Scold?
Yeah. So, I was wondering if you could give me any additional information on this hammer. I know a little bit of its origins, dwarven in nature, but apart from that, it's a bit of a mystery. It seems to be arcane in its function. It returns to the sender.
Right, is that? I can tell from here it's pretty nice work. You're a man of knowledge, aren't you? You know things. Then you know that doesn't happen overnight.
No, it does look like a master craft, maybe a magnum opus of a
Well,
crafter.
I can guarantee there's only 2 or 3 of those in the world. If that. And each one will be unique in its own way. That ain't made from your Karis Guardian stuff, though. No. Can tell by the colour. That's mithril at least, but it's still not bad. That kind of magic, kind of craftsmanship bonds with you. That's why it comes back.
See. interesting. I haven't explored much the arcane side of crafting weapons or armor. There's some intrinsic arcane properties within my shield, for instance, but it's not quite on the same level, not as pronounced.
May I have a look at your shield?
You may.
Thank you. That's a very interesting piece. Did you make this?
Yes, it was the last piece I made before heading out on my travels.
Well, I must applaud your craftsmanship. You've molded the Envelium well.
Thank you.
You'll go far, boy. You'll go far.
What this journey's all about. To learn as much as I can before returning home and crafting, hopefully, my magnum opus.
It's an admirable journey. Everyone needs to craft something in their lives, have something to work for. I now content myself with simple tasks. I've done my hard labor. Doesn't mean if the right offer doesn't come along I can't whip something up, but
I'll bear that in mind if I think of something.
of course, I'm always willing to help fellow dwarves on their quests.
Thank you. Well, if I need any more information, be sure to ask.
Ah, you know where I am. I'm here all the time. I don't go anywhere.
Good to know. Thank you.
Anytime.
We've got a couple of swords and crossbows. Are you in the market for buying some second-hand weapons to sell on or something?
I wouldn't sell them. I'd deconstruct them. Use what I can. Crossbows are less useful. Swords, I can use the steel.
We've got 3 scimitars.
Some over.
He takes them and he looks at them. You can see there's like immediate contempt in his eyes. Like this is like this is amateurish work compared to him. He's on an entire other plane of existence, skill-wise. He sort of looks it up and down, and he's just sort of scoffing. Ugh, manufactured. No, I can take I'll take the steel. I'll give you gold for the 3.
You know what? Just keep them. Use the steel. Make something better out of them.
Oh, I will. Don't you worry. I've got something in mind. What was your name, by the way?
Oh, I'm Vic.
Vic. And the rest of you?
I'm Scold.
Scold. No.
I'm Aqua.
Aqua. I'll remember your faces. We can do business in the future, I think.
Oh, and we're called the Navigators, by the way.
The Navigators. Easy to remember. No one's likely to forget that name, are they?
No, hope not.
Alright.
We'll be back.
I look forward to it. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Farewell.
Okay. You head out of the shack, and the day is brightened up a lot. It was originally quite overcast, or sort of not. It was overcast a little bit, a little overcast. I can English, and now the sun is just blazing down. It's a very warm day, and sort of going from the dim light of the forge where it was basically just the ember light that was lighting everything, to suddenly blinding sunlight. You're all a bit dazzled, but it's still quite a fresh day. We've got the sea breeze to keep you cool, and it does at least keep you from stifling too much.
Where
Where
to
to
next?
next?
I guess by the time we get back to the Grand Array, it would be like, what, middle of the afternoon? But I don't know if we want to try to find another shop anywhere.
To find a sort of, no idea what that would look like, but a postal service, some sort of messenger, courier service.
I mean, you can ask around.
Yeah.
There's bound to be people that can answer your questions.
I walk down the road a little bit with the rest of them, and then the next person that I see, I ask them for a postal service or some sort of, messenger, courier, someone who sends letters or packages, or is maybe employed by someone that I can trust. You know, something like that.
Okay. Make an investigation check. Yeah, you find people willing to take letters or packages for you. Some of them look more legitimate than others.
Oh, so I find like a random person on the road.
Not necessarily random people, but if you're asking around, then it doesn't take long before people are like interested and willing to kind of take up the task. You don't.
Oh, no. No, I literally say this to everyone. No. I was looking for some sort of centralized place where people go to send letters. I am not employing a random person on the road. I am sorry.
They just sort of shrug and carry on with their existences.
Maybe the heavenly lady will have the means to send a message to my parents. I have a question though to the group. Gold,
Mhm.
you were on the boat with us. On the ship even.
Yeah.
Where did you come from?
Where did you go?
Wow. My homeland.
That ship came from the southern island, didn't it? Was it at your homeland beforehand?
Yes. Stopped off along the way.
I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts. Again. I'm not doing it secretly. Because I think it has verbal and semantic stuff. Yeah, it does.
Okay. Roll your wisdom saving throw. It's called.
Yeah. I'm just trying to find it. There we go.
You
Yeah,
succeed.
you make it easily. Shit, okay. Well, okay, fine.
You try and dive into Skuld's brain, but he just seems too on top of things. You don't manage to dig anything out. There's almost like a physical barrier between your digging and his thoughts.
My armor extends more to than my physical beat.
I am just curious because the ship came from the southern island, but if it came from your homeland and made its way to the southern island and then went north to the northern island, yeah, that makes sense. But okay.
As I say, I left my homeland to learn about how people craft around the world. It doesn't mean that this is my first stop.
Okay. Vic, what about you?
What about me?
Where did you come from before you got on the ship?
Oh, just down in the Halassian Empire. I think, wasn't that where you were from as well?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where on the island are you from?
Just the northwest kind of part of the island, and the town called Rowson.
Okay.
This is the southwest of Infalia, but in the northwest of
Okay.
the Isles.
Okay.
What's with the questions and just learning more about each other? Or curious about something?
No. I'm just curious about I don't know. It's I only really learned really late that we're from the same island and from the same empire, and with all this war going on, I don't know.
What part of the island are you from?
I'm from the south. Insert village here that I don't remember the name of.
Wow.
Your
Imagine
backstory? Oh my gosh.
imagine disrespecting my world building like that.
I actually have a really, really long intrinsic backstory. I just really don't remember her home village even. It's a village in the very south by the beach, or by the coast even, and it's very small and yeah. Are your parents still alive, Vic?
As far as I'm aware, they were when I left. To be fair, I wasn't quite. Well, that's where I came from, but I did spend a bit of time on the Eastern Isles before coming across to get Olkburg.
On the Eastern Isles?
That's what they called, isn't it? I can't remember.
The dwarves?
Yeah, the dwarf
Yeah,
side.
okay. I like my head was like, oh, you're from the Western Island that has a lot of water there. Okay.
Yeah, so I was trying to, because I mean, if anyone knew anything about the runes, I know there's like giants on the island as well, and I was hoping to get into some of the libraries and stuff there, but they're quite difficult to get into if you're not, part of like, part of the hierarchy and stuff.
What about you, Scott? What's your family situation?
Well, I come from a family of blacksmiths. It's sort of a family tradition, if you will. My family, they're still around. Of course, us dwarves live for a fair amount of years. So I have, other relatives, far and wide, but my main family member I want to see relatively soon at some point is my brother, who works in Olkburg.
He does?
Forge, yes.
Oh, wow. When was the last time that you've seen him?
Been a while. Similar to me, he went on a pilgrimage of sorts, but decided to settle in Oldberg as opposed to continue travelling. That's what some people do. Some decide to keep travelling and go back home. Others decide to settle down when they find the right place.
Okay. That's pretty cool, though, that he's in the city and that you can see him. You definitely should do that before we leave.
Yes, I intend to stop by and at least see how he's doing.
Okay. Nice. Okay. So I suppose we're doing this then. We're going to look for your heart, for your artifact.
Well, if you guys are all up for the challenge, it would mean a lot to me, and it would mean a lot to my people if we can at least make some progress towards it. Any little bit will help.
I'm not going to lie, I thought about going home.
Well, we've been at this for a while.
I haven't seen my
Imagine that-
family and they don't even know whether I'm still alive. I don't know, I miss them. I really do.
Completely up to you if you wanna.
No, I'm
You
going
wanna
to stay. You wouldn't survive without me.
Well, at
Okay.
the end of the day, life is about making what you want of it. You know, I'm sure your family understands that you want to do what you want to do. Just try and keep in contact with them, I suppose, if you can find a way.
She nudges Aqua. And I suppose you promised to make a pirate out of me, right?
One day, we will get you the full pirate get up.
Does that include a criminal record?
I mean,
It always helps.
I think we've already got that.
we already got that. Captain Aqua, imagine. That has quite the ring to it.
Yes.
Alright. Shall we go back and see if he has acquired a letter to get us into wherever he wants to get us into?
Yeah, I'm down for that. A bit of a walk back, I guess, but maybe now we know the way a bit better. Won't take us too long.
To be fair, are we anywhere close to the harbor, to the docks, whatever it is in the city? Are you talking and you're muted?
Yes, you're not. You're not far from the docks, but you're not close to it. On the northern side of the city is the riverside, which is probably another. It's a bit further north, and then, you know, kind of, you've got like the riverside docks, and then if you kept going eastwards, would be when you get to the, you know, the sea trading port, basically.
Should we go and have a look at the Port Aqua, or would you prefer that we do that on another day?
It's not going anywhere. I say we get this letter and see if we can get some money before
Okay.
the port.
Alright. Let's go back then. Unless you guys want to go look for a shop, look for something.
No, seeing the blacksmith was what I wanted to see today. We can ask around, see if there's any other shops of interest.
I'd like to save my money, I think.
Yes, you are still saving up for that arm.
How much do you have? How much do you have, Vic?
I've got just over 500. Yeah, just over 500 gold at the moment.
And you need how much? 4,000?
2,000.
2,000.
Yeah, they reduced the price of it. Last time I spoke to 2,000.
How much gold do you have, Gold?
About 400.
Aqua?
Not much.
That's not an answer.
Yeah. I have 500, roughly.
We can make this, even if we don't get a job beforehand. We have the money.
We need money for other things as well, though.
We do need money for other things, but before he sneakily kills you to collect his debts, I'm happily going around the city poor for a while. I'm used to being poor.
See what kind of retainer we get upfront money. I'm sure it'll be quite impressive if it's the Queen we're going to be working
Does sound
for.
like an important job.
Yeah. And even if it isn't too much, if I could just borrow a tiny amount from each of you, we'll still have plenty of money, and then I'll pay you back on the next pay we get.
Yeah.
But
You can be my human shield.
I have been.
No, that's Scald. He's been my human shield.
No, you've been my
We-
shield.
Yeah, I was about to say we have been also human shield. All right, back to the Grand Array we go.
Amazing. As you all set off to travel back to the Grand Array, familiarizing yourself with the layout of the city, kind of trying to judge where you are in relation to the outskirts of the city, you gauge pretty quickly that the outskirts tend to be where the tourists stay, and then the further in you get, the more local it is. And then kind of pretty much in the dead center of the city, you kind of catch a glimpse of it over some of the buildings that you pass. There's a hill leading up to a fairly impressive looking building. It's difficult to tell whether it's a mansion or, you know, like a keep or something like that from what you've seen. But you've been able to catch glimpses of a fairly impressive looking building that's almost dead center in the middle of the city on a sort of fairly steep hill. And then, yeah, you head back to the Grand Array. We'll end the session there this week. Good job, guys. You didn't die. And
It was a combination of me not being in combat. So, you know, it's pretty hard to die when everybody else is doing all the fighting.
It's true. When the two that tend to go down the most are the ones that aren't in combat, you know, survival rates are high.
I would say that I'm more robust than Aqua.
How many times has that gone down?
I mean, he's nearly died
You?
on one occasion.
First ever session we had went down.
Yeah.
Remember?
But that wasn't to do with an enemy.
That was not.
What are you talking about?
Good times.
Yeah.
Hey, I haven't accidentally killed anyone since. Any ally, anyway. That's not true.
It's just like getting worse and worse.
It's just
the
like,
forest. There's half them town folks.
yeah.
You did the tidal wave.
That's true.
That was fighting a hag. That was just
And
cause.
you never found out how many people potentially died from the tidal wave, so. Anyway.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's fine. This Saturday, so episode 3 of Ancient Unknowns. #plug. We looking forward to that. The campaign's going well so far, I think. Next Tuesday is going to be episode 25 of Scales of Destiny. Forged depending, of course, because why make things easy? Tomorrow, 6:30, the second episode of Ancient Unknowns is going to go up on YouTube if you missed it. And then on Thursday, this episode is going to go up on YouTube. So it's, you know, just
Lots of stuff going on.
lots of stuff going on. I can't keep track. So yeah, look forward to all that. I'm looking forward to it. It's all going well. No major disasters apart from last Tuesday, which was a disaster. So yeah, hopefully see everyone next week. That was a really good stream. I enjoyed it.
I did.
And thank you everyone for hanging out, chatting. Mary, thank you for resubscribing. Rando, thanks for being here as always. Furious, thanks for playing. Rob, thanks for playing.
Hello.
Yathina, hi. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. No, Saturday. We'll see you guys on Saturday. Yeah, and I guess we've got a raid to go to.
We do. It's someone new today. I don't know who they are. I couldn't check out the stream beforehand. If they turn out to be a dick, don't blame me. I just hope we're gonna make someone happy with this.
Okay. So we're going to go check out this people, and see what happens. So goodbye, everyone. Have a good rest of your night.
Goodbye.